Hello everyone, and welcome to our first bracket match of the Challenge Cup. I am your restreamer, SadieSweet. I'm also going to be on comms, and I am here today with Helena and Tobias. How are you two doing today? Also, Tobias, apparently I lied. It's a spirit medallion and not a light medallion. Whoops.
I mean, I always get those mixed up myself, so...
Unsurprising, Sadie can't be trusted. Anyway, doing great!
Doing just fine.
Yeah, we are really excited that these two runners agreed to pretty much immediately go into a bracket match. So we are here bringing it to you. Yeah, this is hype. This is best of 3 in the brackets, so this is going to be our runner's first match, our first match of the brackets. So we're gonna see how it goes, and I just realized I need to fix the timer. You'll see that update here in a second.
Yep.
Alright, and in the meantime, let's have a look at where these two are coming from. We already had a bit of a chat over earlier in the brackets reveal stream, obviously, so I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but I can say that Majarkin is coming from the Group 7, is ranked a 78th in qualifiers, and is the winner of this matchup. And the runner-up is ALPHAMARIOX, coming from, Group 11, and it was qualified as number 113. So this should be an exciting matchup, no matter how you slice it. I'm looking forward to it, and I think we can send the runners on their way.
Yeah. Yes, that sounds good to me.
Let's get him going.
We'll be starting Child, and we have Bolero, so who knows, maybe a Child dungeon or maybe Spirit Temple will be accessible from Fire Temple.
Yeah, our settings
That's my
for
predictions.
our settings for today are really fun. We have Dungeon ER and we have Scrubs on. We also have a free Scarecrow and Bombchus in Logic.
And we are looking at a start in Link's house, obviously, because randomized spawns are a minor setting, and neither of them picked those.
Yep, that makes sense.
So, quick jaunt over to Mido's house, who has nothing for us. Obviously, we see both of them still opening some chests because they could be containing Bombchus. So, let's see if any of that proves fruitful for them.
I mean, money can also be helpful too. Just
Explain
blue
how.
rupees.
Money can be used to buy goods and services.
Thank you, Sadie.
Yeah.
That's capitalism, folks!
Capitalism.
But yeah, Bombchus would actually be in gilded chests in these settings because they are in Logic. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that means we are going to see possibly more bait gilded chests than usual.
Bait as soon as you have a bomb bag. Until then, obviously, you're looking for those Bombchus.
Yeah. But money for those scrubs will be quite useful.
Oh, goody, yes, it's Scrub Sanity. That is our second major setting. Besides Dungeon ER, we are looking at Scrub Shuffle, so that means all scrubs have items.
Was there like 20-something scrubs?
Thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah.
The
The most annoying one is the one on top of Crater as Child, if you ask me.
I was so excited a day or two ago in one of our last tiebreaker matches whenever the Valley Scrubs had something, so you all know what I'm hoping for.
Oh no.
You all know
Jeez,
my bias.
Oh, come on!
Kukiri
The classic! The classic hint! Kokiri Forest is foolish. And right after we finish clearing Kokiri Forest.
I mean, we kind of figured that one out ourselves, Headstone.
Yep. Thanks, game. Very helpful.
Getting that right at the
Skull
start,
Mask
though,
is dead.
Well, I guess they did already do all the checks.
Yep. We had a look through Kokiri Forest, and then we decided to read the hintstone, and yep, it's dead. This is a classic.
I mean, there's one check that you don't have to go for now, which is the Song of Storms, Grotto and Kokiri Forest.
True. That's at least
If that comes
small
into
blessings.
play, yeah. So nothing from Scrub, not really anything important on Memory Game.
Yeah. So, our runners need to collect a bit more info than usual with these settings. Dungeon Entrance Randomizer means that the entrances to our 8 dungeons are shuffled among themselves. So, that's why Bolero is helpful. We know that they can look and see which dungeon is in the Fire Temple entrance today.
Oh wow, wallet, okay.
A wallet, that is very helpful. Oh, if only one of them had picked full wallets as the miner.
At least this means they'll be able to really stock up on those rupees. Hopefully won't have to do a lot of rupee hunting to get some of the, rupee checks.
Of which there are a lot. Again, about 20 scrubs added to the check pool with these settings. Some of them, or a lot of them, Song of Storms locked, like the 2 in Sacred Forest Meadow that Lee is currently exploring.
Yeah, Storms has a little bit of added usefulness in Scrubs On, so we're really going to want to find where that's hiding.
Yeah,
Hopefully not
adds,
OOT.
That adds 6. Well, that gives us access to 6 scrubs. Yeah. I believe if I'm correct on that.
Let's see.
It's 2 and 2, I think, right? So 4. Yeah, 4.
Well, first of all, we start off with Prelude. Well, it's SFM Storm's Grotto. It is Storm's Grotto in 30 Skulls. Is that Storm's Grotto in Valley? I think also has scrubs.
Yes, I believe
Valley.
so. I think that is a Storm's Lock check.
And the Storm's Grotto in Gerudo Fortress, unfortunately, doesn't have scrubs, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Nope, the Gerudo Fortress is just a fairy fountain.
Jabu Jabu is the Danga's
Jabu
Cavern.
SDC.
Ugh,
Jabu
child
entrance.
DC. Rip.
Forced Child DC.
Lon
Let's
is
see if it comes into
foolish.
play. Okay, we now know where Serenade is.
That's a good hint to get.
Yep, that's good. That's good news, actually. So Serenade and thus easy access to Lake Hylia is in London Ranch.
Yeah, that could be proved useful.
It also means you don't need to worry about the Scrubs Grotto in there, or the Silo, or Talon's Chickens. I think our runners might actually end up going to London Ranch just to get Prelude. Get Serenade. So Claim Check. So Bigoron is dead. We are looking at Worst Scrub is dead. Is Bombchus.
Which are logical, but we
Yep.
need explosives to get that scrub. So
in theory, this is our Bombchu bag. Worst Scrub can be a Bombchu bag. Second copy of the Claim Check hint and Goron City to Baronade.
Goron City to Baronade.
I was actually just talking to my girlfriend yesterday about why I absolutely hate Goron City as a path. With its weird requirements, with certain things being child locked, it's just a messy place to route in.
Yeah, it is. There are so many. You have to do so much backtracking, regardless. You got strength locked, bomb locked, requirements, song locked requirements. And you also got those 3 scrubs there too, as an adult.
Yeah, it's kind of a scary place to like try to route. At least with a Path to Baronade, hopefully the item that's there is going to be obvious. We're just gonna get a Boomerang or Rudos. Hopefully we just get a Boomerang or Rudos, and it's not gonna be a weird chain thing.
Well,
Speaking of weird chain things, Majarkin is currently collecting some money.
Yeah. My question is, because I'm still kind of unfamiliar with Path to Boss Hints, does that mean it'll hint where the old dungeon was, or where that dungeon could possibly
be? Path to boss path hints don't have anything to do with dungeon entrances. Path hints mean the location has an item that is required to beat that boss.
Okay.
Or logically required to beat that boss.
Okay.
Oh,
so, like,
right,
for example, Gomo, Slingshot, etc., etc. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it. Thank you. Yeah, because that's what always confused me.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Thank you for chat clarifying that Rudos would be Path to DC in this case because the DC is in Jabu, which that is a horrible place for DC to be. We have to do it as child.
And it does look like Lee is deciding to walk into London Ranch to get that Serenade. Honestly, not a bad play. The other option at Majarkin follows up on here is to go to Valley and do Valley Lake, which honestly, one of the few times when Valley Lake might actually be the better play here.
You all know my feelings on Valley Lake. If you don't get this early, you're going to have a hard time routing it in. So I love this from Majarkin.
Yeah. You just get a decent amount of info, and it's relatively free.
That's a Deku Nut in the waterfall. And London Ranch is still foolish.
So no new information there.
If you wanna really play into this Valley Lake play, I think you go for Back of Lake hints here. On the other, which is exactly what Lee is also doing.
Yeah. We're just hoping for more good hints.
Pretty dry start so far, and bottom of the well to Volvagia 30 is still dead.
Yeah.
I feel like
see the second
Pimp
lake back in.
spoke that into existence. Just go well.
I mean,
wherever well is.
Yeah, who knows?
Oh God,
it's gotta be
child.
I mean, it's gotta be child accessible, but that's the only requirement. Could be just chilling in. Oh, hello! There's a bow in Lake Scrubs with the Lake Scrub. So could just be chilling in Fire Temple where Bolero could take us at any time.
And Lens of Truth.
A Lens of Truth.
Yeah, I think bottom of the well, being in DC would be kind of the best option for our runners at this point, because then they could just dip in there, peek some of the checks, hope that whatever their path is, they can get early, and otherwise they can just swing back through later, whenever they're, like, clearing out Goron City, for instance.
Great idea. Problem being, with what explosives?
Yep.
Right, because we have to enter as child.
Yep.
See, I like Dungeon ER. I do not pretend to be good at the logic, so yes, please yell at me about things I'm getting wrong on entrance, because honestly, it scrambles my brain.
Yeah.
Dungeon ER is just the right level of chaos for me.
You know, like Bottom of the Well could be in Fire Temple, since Child does have access to it right now.
Yep, the boulders that usually block off Fire Temple when you play Bolero are removed if you play with Dungeon Entrance Randomizer. Nice color scheme on that bow. Apparently it's made from ebony.
Yeah, that is a goth AF bow.
I support it.
Yeah, we were just talking about Hot Topic before this stream.
Yeah. A shop I only visited last year for the first time when I visited the US. When I visited friends in the US. Shoutouts to Jackstronomy, in fact, for taking me to Hot Topic, or showing me the Hot Topic in the Mall of America. Graveyard to King Dodongo. Cool. Oh, hold on.
that could be Rudo's /
That could
Bomb
also
Bag,
be...
or Bombchus.
This is a hint, by the way, that Majarkin did not get. Only Lee grabbed both Back of Lake hints.
So
Yeah,
that's definitely an advantage.
It's an interesting choice of Majarkin to get one Back of Lake hint and not both of them.
Can't really tell what's in that. Doesn't look. Bottom of the Well is Path of Pathologia, which is the path I think Majarkin got.
And that's
What song did we just get? Sun Song. Okay, just one more check. I mean, could be Path to Volvagia here. That is a recovery. No, that's a hook shot on the volcano.
That is a hook shot. So that is Bean / is Hovers in Logic for that? Or is that
Hovers is in Logic. Hello, GTG. We can do stuff here.
We can do a little bit.
With a bow, you can actually do a sizable chunk of GTG. Majarkin choosing to not explore that right now, but probably file it away for later. That GTG, an absolute bundle of checks is just waiting here for him.
Yeah.
Okay, DC, Fire, Jabu, Deku, Shadow.
That's a nasty medallion spread.
Shadow Temple.
Chubongo, says Open Grotto, and with Dungeon ER... Wait, Shadow Temple to Bongo?
Yes, that was indeed what that said.
So that means
It's,
we get French vanilla hovers?
Either that or Din's Fire deep in Shadow Temple just before the manager for Bosky.
Oh yeah, that could be a possibility too. I did not consider that.
Yep, that's totally possible.
It could
Shadow
also
could also have
magic.
mad magic.
No! Can we mercy kill this seed? This has already gone bad.
Yeah, because I am... Oh, boy. Because it's gonna be really interesting to find where Shadow is at this point so that we can see what's hiding in it.
Yeah, we will need some kind of hint, maybe, to point us where Shadow Temple is residing. And that might help pinpoint which item could be the path item in Shadow. Because it's definitely not bow, because we got that in Lake.
Also not long shot.
Yeah, because there's a hovers in Crater. I mean, not long. Look,
There's a hook shot in Crater. Also,
yeah,
the
words.
bow negates that need for long shot. Majarkin is going upriver and looking at getting more information here. I don't dislike the play. Paying a fee to the Gerudo grants a entrance to Forest Temple. So this is GTG entrance to Forest.
Also, you need hookshot or hovers to go across that first initial gap in Shadow
And
Temple.
Shadow entrance is Ice Cavern.
Okay,
Oh,
so
so logically, Rudo's locked.
Shadow entrance? No.
Oh, Shadow
I said
entrance
the
is
Shadow
ice.
entrance leads to Ice Cavern. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, the entrance scramble in my brain.
Yeah.
Also, that's already 3 of our sometimes hints eaten by dungeon entrances. And Ice Cavern Final is nuts.
So there's a chance, depending on what song's in there, we might not even need that?
I mean, depends. Because we know our 2 useless songs have already been found, right? Prelude and Serenade. It's useless in terms of unlocking checks, obviously. They are still great for mobility. As long as we don't have Eponas, you want those songs.
Yeah, it's interesting watching our runners. So right now, Majarkin's gone adult, but ALPHAMARIOX is really stretching this child one as far as it can go.
It's an interesting choice. I think he's hoping for at least to get the skull trollers as close to 10 skulls as possible. And in general, I think he might be hoping to just not be child after this for a while. Maybe save a trip to an age change or 2, and clear up as much of child as he can at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's fair. We aren't getting a lot right now. We've got our bow, so trying to preserve your age changes is good.
Also, sold the Keaton mask to the guard. Obviously, we've already seen the skull mask is dead hint, but Lee, I think, hasn't seen that yet. Pack archery is dead, and now we are going to see nigh simultaneous entrances into House of Skulltula for both of them. 40 is dead, 50 is dead.
All right, so the most skulls we have to worry about today is 20.
Yep.
Which is not too bad. You can get that quite comfortably.
Let's have a quick look at our medallion dungeons. At our stone dungeons. Forest, water, and spirit are our stones. Those can be troublesome. All of them have quite a few checks in them. And all of them are quite long if you full clear them.
We also know where Forest is and already have a bow. So if we can find a strength, we could just go out to GTG at some point whenever we get Eponas or a long shot and full clear it.
True, and this was a slingshot in the graveyard crate as well as minuet on the windmill.
Slingshot. It's so far the only thing we found there.
That serious business. Sling is DC path because forced child. Oh fuck that! You're right.
Oh god.
Yeah, that is.
Pardon my language here, but that is not fun.
Yeah, between the sling being DC past for child and also getting that Kokiri Forest is foolish hint after clearing out Kokiri Forest, this feels like we might have a couple of, dare I say, wasted hints today.
We'll see about wasted, but, the information we're getting so far is that the seed isn't the kindest. Let's see if Majarkin finds a nicer... Yes, that is a much, much nicer King Dodongo path. Thank you, Majarkin.
Yeah, we really did not want that sling to be path.
I mean, both of them can be path.
They both can be path.
Yeah.
We
just because there is
something more than the slingshot.
Yeah, could have been totally fulfilled with the slingshot, but you know what? The bomb bag is good. I'm not complaining.
And I'm sure
still want the
Majarkin
slingshot.
isn't either.
Yeah, you still want the slingshot, don't get me wrong, absolutely. Which is now, by the way, in logic, thanks to the bomb bag.
Yes, because we can go buy beans now.
And we know we at least want 2 of the bean patches right now.
Yeah, especially with that Shadow Temple to Bongo. Personally, I would be very inclined to plant a bean at Crater if I can't find Shadow Temple soon.
That's fair.
At least it's looking like we're gonna be a healthy seed today.
Yeah, a bunch of heart containers have already been found. Majarkin is, I think, at 7 hearts, and Lee is at 6, yeah.
Now we need to find us double defense. That'd be really good.
Yeah, Alpha Mario has finally gone adult, is going to probably be following in a lot of Majarkin's path until he gets that bomb bag.
Yeah, I assume Majarkin will now have a look at what's inside Donongo's cavern. Could be the well now. Bottom of the well, still path to Volvagia. Amazingly, that's the first CAC open grotto we've seen. 24 minutes in.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of impressed how much our runners have kind of dodged CAC up to this point, other than getting those skulls.
And Majarkin firmly in the camp of Team by a Shield. I approve.
Yep.
I have come around to being team buy a shield if it is convenient to go get it.
Buy a shield
I-
responsibly. Absolutely. Like if
I
you
am
don't
learning.
don't need to get out of your way to buy a shield, but just like for the hello.
Excuse me?
Okay.
All right. That's half of your access into the Shadow Temple entrance.
Now
Thanks,
where's
Rufio.
our Nocturne?
Where's our magic?
Well, 1/3 of the access into the Shadow Temple entrance. You're right.
There are some calls, in fact, in chat for some AD because we still don't know what OoT is. It can't be ZL because we're just now seeing it at Sacred Forest Meadow. But there are still some pretty nasty options. Still could be Storm, still could be Nocturne, possibly Requiem.
The probability. Hold on. What's that? What song did Majarkin just get?
Zelda's Lullaby.
Lullaby. Cool. The probability of Nocturne for all dungeons is actually just a much more concerning thing at the moment, because the odds of it of a medallion dungeon being behind the Shadow Temple entrance are the same as always, but you don't know if you need it yet. Like this makes you even sweat even more until you find that Ocarina of Time hint.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We do know what's in Shadow Temple. It's Ice Cavern, but hey,
We don't know the song at the end of Ice Cavern yet, though.
yes, that's a problem.
We're gonna see Bombchus bowling here.
Serious business. Storms is not necessary. Well, hold on, I'm thinking. Would Storms be hard AD? We know Well's path, but Well might not be in bottom of the well.
Yeah. Well could.
Well
very
could be out at Spirit.
Could be out in Spirit. Could be in Deku Tree. Too, so.
Oh, true. The well entrance would be a dungeon if Well is not there.
That is true.
And remember, well entrance is accessible as adult. As soon as you played Song of Storms once as child, you can enter the dungeon. Also, the odds of a dungeon locking song giving you AD are even higher with dungeon entrance random. Nice.
And we already knew Minuet was on Windmill. It looks like Majarkin might be doing exactly what I said and going to get those beans to get that hookshot out of the crater.
Majarkin getting a little annoyed at his bomb throw there. Did not quite blow up the boulders.
Look, you can get a hookshot out of crater. You can, which will give you a dungeon entrance. You can get your slingshot out of graveyard, which still can be a potential path item. Yeah, you're definitely doing grabbing beans and just making sure that you have that out of the way.
Also, with free Scarecrow, also gets you top of lab and adult fishing access with that hookshot.
Yep. Looks like this item doesn't work here, Majarkin.
I have done that more times than I would like to admit myself. I feel his pain.
I mean, at least this time he was 2 steps away from the mount of soft soil. There are also plenty of times we see runners just literally inches away from their target, and Link claiming, "Yeah, no, don't work here."
Yeah, that's also a pain.
I remember planting beans was one of my least favorite things to do whenever I played it as a kid because of how finicky that planting hitbox is.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is a little bit of unfortunate routing for ALPHAMARIO that he does not have the Sun Song, which means that he will not be able to get that bomb bag.
Oh no! That's a major disadvantage for Lee, actually.
Yeah, especially not having Nocturne. I mean, like, you can run back here, but it is going to be a little bit of time loss.
I was actually surprised that Majarkin did not end up going up Death Mountain and seeing what is inside the Dongo's Cavern before going Child again. It's kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, it's little routing things I think are going to really wind up making this race. Both ALPHAMARIOX and Majarkin are really, really good on their execution, in my opinion. But this is some of these routing choices, not having some of that information. ALPHAMARIO, like, possibly missing that Lost Woods Bridge hint to find out that, like, you don't need the Skull Mask, turn in the Keaton Mask, like, little things like that are going to make or break this race.
Yeah, and it's the kind of things that just stack up one after the other. Ice Cavern, okay. Song of Storms and Ice Cavern. Oh my god. Oh dear.
So
that has just become spicy. We would really like to find Nocturne now.
Hopefully in an easily available location and not like on OOT.
That would be the ideal scenario, yes! What was
Triple
that?
be
That
pure
was-
bait, please be pure bait.
Ah.
Yeah, that's a great bit of information for Majarkin to get, to know that that is something you really need to be keeping in mind with this dungeon shuffle.
Also,
The Dongos
DC
Cavern
is
entrance is Fire Temple,
Fire
yep.
Temple.
Thank you. I need to keep track of so much information here. Jabu entrance is DC. GTG entrance is Forest.
Oops.
Oh, ALPHAMARIO jump slashing right into the lava.
Boss key is accessible, so that path evolve has to be hammer. I would think, right?
Think so, yeah.
Presumably, yes. Lullaby was sitting out at Minuet. We do not know where Saria's is yet, so it's not logically in logic yet.
200 rupees. We take those.
Full wallet.
Ah.
So still haven't really found what's that Goron City path item yet.
Yeah, and not knowing where Saria's is also scary for that reason, because we can't do Dancing Dad on this first child sweep through. So if something is on Dancing Dad, we're going to have to come back once we have Saria's.
I mean, I was kind of surprised it didn't peek the boulder maze.
Yeah, might be planning to route it in here as adults.
That would make sense. And there's our hook shot.
Making good choices here. We did see someone walk into Fire Temple before. I think that was ALPHAMARIO. Do we remember what that was?
That was in the
DC.
Dongos Cavern.
No, I mean the Fire Temple entrance.
Oh, that's GTG.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so Dungeons command should hopefully be fixed soon, because that was very wrong.
Yes, and we are going to get that maze peak on ALPHAMARIO's side.
Was there a big chest? I couldn't really.
I
don't think there was.
So? Maybe one?
Bronze Noob says there was a biggie in the maze, so we're gonna trust chat on this one. It might have been, at least.
There's a big one on right side, but again, unfortunately for ALPHAMARIO, did not have suns, does not have bombs, cannot go get to it.
I forgot he does not have bomb bag. But...
And admittedly, he's gonna get suns here in like 2 seconds if he just plays Bolero.
There's another slingshot. So
that...
the slingshot wasn't path in Graveyard.
Yeah, must have been the bomb bag.
Okay.
I have maybe the song in. Oh no, because we got Zelda's Lullaby, so unless it's Saria's song in the family tomb check. If it's Saria's locked for like Rudo's.
Good point. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I assume the bomb bag is pretty much set as the path item to King Dodongo in Graveyard. We'll see.
Still can't rule out the song.
No, can't. Alpha Mario in GTG. Now he has a decision to make. With a bow in hand, again, we can do a sizable chunk of GTG, of the Gerudo Training Ground.
Burning Cat.
Burning Cat is Requiem.
Okay. That means that we need our to beat Fire, Jabu, and Deku wherever two of those are.
Yeah.
We are rapidly running out of locations for Nocturne.
Oh, there's a big chest here.
Hello there. This is entirely requirementless. You can do this from the very beginning, and it is Nehru's love. Womp womp.
But in Scrub Sanity, couldn't that have logical implications
It has
for
logical implications.
Goron City Scrubs?
Oh, that is true. That is true. I forgot about Goron City.
We don't have Song
Scrubs.
of Storm. We don't have Song of Times yet. We don't. Sorry, we don't have Song of Time yet. We don't have Hover
Magic.
Boots yet. We don't have. We don't have a Goron tunic yet, and there is a strength in the Goron City Mace.
I know it's an item for our path to Baronade.
Huh.
Excuse me?
I'm suspicious.
Same here. I am not sure if that's actually going to be our path item, but it is, it is certainly
It's something
welcome.
to think about.
And Alpha Mario going back child, hopefully now that he has Sons and Lullaby, he will swing back through that graveyard.
Then once he gets bomb back, probably pick up the bean.
Oh yeah, Alpha
also-
Mario just did not see the Skull Mask hint in Lost Woods.
Yeah.
We're sod. Okay. And buying a Goron tunic here. I think the Goron tunic and a hookshot alone aren't logically sufficient to reach the scrubs in Goron City. I think you do need Song of Time to put that in logic.
No, I think it is sufficient.
They are?
Lon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Jax
Okay.
is confirming, and so is Alex.
Goron City to Baronade is the hint we got at Hyrule Castle 1. That is the second copy.
Yeah, and again, it's unfortunate for Alpha Mario to go get those hint checks, not having Bob Bag, can't check the ferry.
Yeah, these are problems that are mounting for Alpha Mario now. What kind of movement exercises is Majarkin making there?
Right?
That's why he was at it. Okay. So we are doing exactly what is in fact in logic. This is annoying because of course you still take damage from the lava, but you have long enough time that the logic said, or that the logic makers said that this is doable, even for a casual player. So let's see what
Yeah,
these
it's
three
just
scrubs have
annoying.
for us. Yep.
So far, nothing.
I mean, some money. Making a profit here.
Fair, fair.
Bottle.
And a bottle.
Aw.
Ice
Rush
Cavern
ice.
intensifies.
Oh, wait.
Oh!
And strength 2!
GTG. GTG.
Yeah, now we're going to GTG. This is enough. You have the entire equipment to full clear GTG.
So, with the Goron City being path, is the implication that you need both of those strengths, perhaps?
Maybe.
If they're locking the last strength, then you need strength 2?
Well, that strength was not strength required.
Well, they're not locking each other, but both of them are in the same location. So
Yep,
either both
so-
are path.
Or none is.
Yeah. Because the only check that we're missing right now is Dancing Dad, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think we've seen Hot Rodder, but I might be wrong with that.
We did see Hot Rodder.
Oh, yeah, then it's only Dancing Dad. And Goron Pot. I think that both of them didn't have bombs when they...
We did see Goron Pot. It was a bunch of money.
Yep, 200 rupees.
Hey, apparently I borrowed Death Star's 84k today. My ADHD is so strong, it's no longer HD, it's 4K.
I like that. I like that.
But yeah, doing GTG I think is the play for Majarkin here.
I mean, he's got all the tool set to pretty much do all of GTG besides, like...
Toilet.
Right,
Yeah.
like, that one key... Just Song of Time. Unless you find, like, all of the keys before.
Yeah.
I mean,
You might
GTG
not
right
need
side...
all the keys.
Yeah, GTG right side you can peek everything. You will at least know what you're working with. So you have basically all the information about GTG.
GTG right side is in logic.
Let's
Says Jax.
really
Oh yeah,
quickly
because
see
child
what this-
accessible.
There's our
This song-
nocturne.
Yeah, okay. So the time block is there when you're child, and you have explosives to get through the room with the BMOs. So you can very much just do the and Link just short hopping here for no
What
particular
song
reason.
did we get from Royal Tomb?
We
Did
got
somebody...
Nocturne, so
Oh.
So
not having to
no
worry about-
Nocturne AD shenanigans today. If there's AD or if there's AD shenanigans, it'll be for Epona, Sarius, or Song of Time.
yeah, right now AD is not intensifying. It is simmering with us still not knowing where Sarius is. And yeah, those silvers are a pretty good guess for what is our item in Goron City. But it is scary to leave a check in a path location, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. Also, we are looking at fun logical shenanigans for Song of Time, and I wanted to add to that list the same with the Song of Time block being in the other period. So 7 years in the past is also true in Forest Temple. If you can walk into Forest Temple as a child, the courtyard is in logic. Without anything.
Oh my God.
Incredible. I hate
I did not know that.
Also,
But we
is
know-
Alpha Mario doing chickens?
Chickens on
Looks
restream.
like.
Gotta do it for the fans.
I love that.
Isn't it one chicken?
No. They
It is
did
7
not
chickens.
pick that setting.
Oh. Okay, cool.
It's the opposite of cool, I think. But like, chickens on restream. Okay, more keys. Strength 2 locked in GTG. What was that on the left side? Oh, big chest. Hello, what are you? You are our
Bombchus.
Bombchus bag. This gotta be at least a 10 pack.
Hmm.
Not very impactful.
So, does not seem like strength is intensifying right now.
Well,
However, we do have Forest Temple, well, the entrance to Forest Temple access.
but also with those keys, that does make me wonder if there's something in the maze today.
True, because we did not see the maze yet.
Not yet. I actually need to step away for just a minute, so I will leave you
Yeah.
two on comms. I'll be right back.
Sure, we'll catch you up when you come back.
That's and that was Sadie's fatal mistake, leaving us two unattended.
Could be worse.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, could be Death
Death Star
Star.
could be here.
Someone clip that. I love that both of our minds just zeroed in on this possibility immediately.
Death Star just pops in. It's like you rang.
Yeah.
No, I love Death Star though. He's a great guy.
He is. Anyway, let's see.
We have
Majarkin
5
almost...
of our 9 keys.
Yep. So, Majarkin is about to learn whether toilet is an item. This is key number 6. We can peek right side key, and we can peek the other 2 chests on the right side from the center. Obviously, right side key is a bomb, so it's not
Alright.
relevant today.
I am back. Did anything happen in the 30 seconds I was gone?
Well, if you wanna clip something, you probably still have the chance.
Me and Tobias both shared a brain cell for a moment.
We did.
Incredible. I will write down the timestamp and go listen and clip it later. I'm ready.
Okay, Majarkin is still fighting the Beamos, or sorry, fighting the Dinophils here. Is it Dinophils or Lysalphos?
I don't know. It's all
I
the
think
same to me.
Dinalphos?
Okay, we are still missing 3 keys. Let's see what's in the maze. I think there was a key not in center maze, but in some maze locations. Right side didn't have a single key.
Top of maze apparently has a key.
There's a biggie at the end of maze. Second to last check. So we have enough keys to get to that, but it's logically locked by 7 keys. And we are
There's
magic.
magic.
Okay. I'm going to presume this is logically available for the moment.
That gives us Ice Cavern access.
That
yeah,
does.
hovers in shadow.
But they still need to pick up the song in Royal Tomb for that.
Yeah, but first, Majarkin
Water
is going
Temple.
to see Water Temple in the forest entrance.
Well, there's like 4 checks you can do. No.
Well, no.
Dude.
I mean, logically, nothing is available here without iron boots.
Yeah.
And you don't have long shot to do it out of logic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Majarkin is just not going to bother with that.
Yep. Lee is actually warping to the crater in as Child is going to plant a bean here and then probably be on Majarkin's tail
And
with...
do the same
Oh,
thing that
wow.
Majarkin did.
2 steps too far, yeah. Yeah, Majarkin is probably on the way to Graveyard. Check the song there, given he has Lullaby. Get Nocturne, and then, I mean, with that in hand, he's just gonna do Ice Cavern. Shadow Temple still path to Bongo.
Yeah, right now our runners have a pretty clear route of things that they need to do. We've still got a lot of question marks in this seed, but Majarkin's got a clear lead here in this first hour.
Yeah, so Majarkin also, and both of them have the advantage of knowing that they are locked out of Fire Temple. They know that their Jabu is so far has not been found. They know Deku hasn't been found yet. We have no idea where Shadow Temple is. And DC is in Jabu, so need Rudo's letter to do that. In summary, all of their progression dungeons so far are inaccessible. So it makes it really easy to decide what to do next. You do your path locations if you have access. Majarkin at the
Yeah.
moment does not have access to a path location, but will in a moment. Or rather, actually does not have access to that path location, to a path location either, but Ice Cavern is another song, and like getting more warp songs, getting more dungeon entrances, Dusty, is what you need to do in this situation.
Where did we
Gather
get that
more
bottle
information
again?
about the seed. That bottle was in Goron City Scrubs. It was in was a Poe bottle.
So yeah, so it could entirely be strengths for magic and bottle to get to actually use the blue fire. I mean,
Good grief, that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, Goron
because-
City just having our ice cavern starter.
That's a weird Ice Cavern starter kit.
That's a weird ice cavern
I mean,
starter.
it also kind of sucks doing Ice Cavern with just one bottle.
But Majarkin's gonna do it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Rush
he's-
Ice.
Rush Ice as always.
And then we also got the song hinted at the end of Ice, didn't we?
Yeah, it's Requiem, which gives you another dungeon entrance, which is just
And also gives us another song.
yep.
Yeah.
Obviously, Requiem being accessible spoils this
Oh.
a bit, but in Dungeon Entrance Randomizer, you also have this fun logic quirk sometimes.
Actually,
where
I got confused. It's Storms at the end of Ice, not Requiem, but we are still going to get a dungeon out of this.
oh,
Yeah.
Storms, sorry. Yeah, we're getting a dungeon out of this. That's true. It's whatever's in the well. And it is almost guaranteed that whatever's in the well is a progression dungeon at this point. Unless well is vanilla.
I mean, well would have Megaton Hammer for Volv.
Which is also important. So, no matter how you slice it, you want to be there.
Additionally, just so everyone knows the state of our hint list, we are still missing one of our paths. Our path to... our path... What path? Oh, our path to Deku we are missing.
Mmm. And Deku could be vanilla, could be Spirit Temple, could be an Ice Cavern. We know. Can we get where Ice Cavern was?
Oh man, that is a really unfortunate timing on that hint for Lee.
Oh yeah, you know Lee feels a little bad about not finding that earlier after going through the effort to turn in the masks. Or turn in one of the masks.
Yeah. No, that was not bad thinking, Alpha. Oh. But, no, we're all just trying to think where things... Shadow Temple could be in Water Temple. That's a possibility.
Which would mean it's either logically locked by Iron Boots or a long shot.
It did occur to me that we're also going to likely need the Kokiri sword to get to whatever's in the Deku tree.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
You
If
definitely
well
you
is
need to move.
there,
You need to move Mido out of the way, but then you also have access as an adult.
Yeah, that is also true.
Ah, okay. I forgot that Deku you could also access as adult.
Yeah, once you move Mido. I mean, Deku Tree could always be Spirit Temple for logical requirement to get like the song by going off one of the hands.
This is whatever else is the case, this is a great seed to start off the
Way to kick it off.
brackets phase here. I am loving this. This is exactly the right level of chaotic.
Yeah, Mido truly chose violence. It was like, oh, you wanna do brackets immediately? Let's see how badly you want it.
I mean, you know that this wasn't Mido, right? Because Mido is still being prepped. Shoutouts to Fennel, our fearless admin of Mido's house, who is doing their best to get that started and get everything going there. I'm sure that will happen momentarily, but this was Randobot. This was good old Randobot rolling this seed.
That explains why it's so mean. I do think Randobot is in some ways meaner than Mido.
It's, just to be clear, it's exactly the same code rolling the seeds.
Yeah, but
No.
funnier.
They totally have different personalities. It's fine.
No, Drew, this seed isn't mean per se. I would say it's fun. It's got the right level of the right level of twisting your brain into knots. For me, at least, I'm having fun.
Yeah, it's definitely not the worst this could be. This would be mean if Nocturne had been on all dungeons. And it still has the potential to be mean again if Saria's is hard required, or if Epona's is hard required, or if Song of Time is hard required for the toilet. You know, we've got a couple of checks locked behind AD.
Yeah, but for now, Alpha Mario is getting some cash from the Goron pot here, and Majarkin is getting his Song of Storms.
Yep.
Yeah, there was truly nothing in ice except storms.
I think that Majarkin will just immediately go play Prelude and get that out of the way, though.
But now we have Storm Grottos accesses, and which means scrubs for some.
True.
Yeah, in Sacred Forest Meadow and in Valley later on.
But isn't the scrubs in Valley adult only?
I think it is.
Accessible by child.
I think it is adult only because it's next to the tent.
Yeah, it's next to the tent. Yeah. We got there, Chad. Yeah. We got there.
I would say play Minuet, get that Storm Scrotter out of the way, then play
Thank you.
Play Nocturne and see what's in the well is my plan here for this child phase.
Yeah, no, I mean, you gotta make your plays for what you have. Oh, I think Majarkin is gonna do treasure chest minigames, so get your predictions.
Oh, heck yeah.
Doing Richard,
and then
probably treasure chest.
Richard and then chest minigame, for sure.
Yep, definitely. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to clear out at this point.
Yeah, because that'll be all of your market checks completed. Yeah.
And it looks like Majarkin wants to buy some Bombchus as well, which, you know, useful. Five pieces for 60 rupees. Heck, that's more expensive than the... No, it's not more expensive than Bombchus Salesman. But yeah.
Inflation has gone too far.
Alright, let's see the cutoff here for a treasure chest minigame. Last chance to get your guesses in.
Alrighty.
And there we go. We're starting off with a right where I'm out immediately.
I'm always team right. And still
That's
right.
2 rights. We've got Purple still in. Got
Gatharin still in.
Vent still in.
Yeah. And right, left. Purple and Gatharin still in.
I'm out.
Rip. Right, left. That's everybody out, I think.
Yeah. Wow, it's almost as if,
Hey, I got it exactly the wrong way round.
Wow, Sadie's prediction. Huh, that kind of sounds a bit familiar.
That was just me posting the final.
the solution.
I know. I just like to,
All right, here's
Almost-
hookshot for
almost missed.
ALPHAMARIO. So this has really snowballed. The advantage of Majarkin getting that bomb back early has really snowballed here with ALPHAMARIO. I think I mean, he has a strength. He's a strength behind now. He is a whole ice cavern behind at this point. Doesn't have magic. Doesn't have explored GTG.
Yeah,
Does
so
not
it's not just
have
Ice Cavern. It's also GTG. It's also coming back here to Child, going to check well. Like I would say ALPHAMARIO is a good 8 minutes behind.
I would say 15 with GTG and Ice Cavern being both on the list. This is not helpful. Anyway, we're past the 1 hour mark. Thanks everyone for watching,
Happy
and
1
thank
hour.
you. Happy 1 hour, and thank you to everyone who makes this restream possible. Froxosaurus River still dead. Thank you to our runners, first of all, Majarkin and ALPHAMARIO, hopping straight to it, giving us some great Challenge Cup Season 7 content, and starting off this bracket phase with an absolute banger of a seed. Thank you to our trackers, Bronze Noob and Tomotak, for being on standby just in case some runners were brave enough to get started immediately. And thank you to Sadie and TheQueenHelena for joining me on comms today, as well as Sadie for also being our restreamer.
Yeah. And of course, thanks to our runners to give us this wonderful, beautiful content.
Content indeed. I am content with this content.
Yes, yes. So we have Majarkin going up a river as Child to get this storms check.
Yeah, because we still need whatever that path to Baronade is. We still haven't completed that yet.
Yeah, and so far it seems like it's whatever's behind Ice Cavern. So following that storms is a great idea.
Yep. And again, Storm's Grottos, as well as the well entrance are definitely on Majarkin's list right now. I'm obviously laser focused on well here I was obviously laser focused on well here when I was having my idea of what to do next after going Child. Majarkin has chosen to instead do a bit of a more roundabout route, do some cleanup here in the Child segment. Definitely make sure he clears out all the Storm's Grottos he can, and I don't dislike this play, now that I think about it.
No, it's definitely not a bad play.
Definitely don't dislike it. I'm trying to
Looks like
think of what the
will-
next move is for Majarkin, though. Other than
entrance.
checking well.
Well
Yeah.
entrance gives you either a progression dungeon or it gives you well, which is path to Volvagia. You go well entrance.
Yeah. I would also say that you probably would want to check the Storm's Grotto by Goron City as well.
Oh, for sure. Which is a bit out of the way now for him, but I think he can route that in nicely if he plays Minuet, then checks the SFM Storm's Grotto, then the Goron City Storm's Grotto later.
Yeah.
And then, I guess, you play Prelude and hope that you have enough information to go be an adult again.
Yeah, Majarkin could
Yeah.
also check it on his way into Fire Temple since it's in the DC entrance. If he finds Hammer, if well is here in the well.
Yeah. So, no matter what, we need whatever's in here. And it's Spirit Temple.
I mean, sure, you do Child Spirit at this point. Because you know this is Storm's locked. This is a bunch of checks.
This
You
is
have
also
the equipment.
strength locked for adult.
Yeah, strength locked for adult, but especially like you have the equipment to do it in logic. Both ages actually, except the mirror lock checks. So cool. You don't need to worry about logical desert access because Requiem is on Burning Cag, and that's Fire, Jabu, and Deku dungeons. Actually, good point.
If I
Oh god, this could actually be.
If I were to make a prediction, just for like they were saying, this is probably for the song. Oh well, there's an important item over there.
Yep. So Chad is pointing out this could be logical desert access because we haven't seen Fire, Jabu, or Deku entrances, and all of them are.
Oh my
well, we
god!
know. Sorry, we have.
Chest.
Sorry, we are locked out of here as child, but I definitely would be returning as adult. And we haven't seen the Jabu or Deku entrances. There is the Megaton Hammer that fulfills our path.
I'm confused.
So...
Why?
Yeah, so whenever...
Well, was Path Evolve.
Is it the well
Hover
entrance?
boots.
Oh, hover boots. Yeah.
No way. That can't be because we have a Shadow Path to Bongo. Still unfulfilled, and we have everything we need for Shadow. Right?
There's Rose. That's our Baronade hint.
Alright. Deep breaths. Well to Volvagia is not the hammer. Because, you know, we're not in well.
Yeah, so maybe it's whatever we need to get to Bongo, which if Bongo is in, like, Deku... Wait, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Wait.
Because it's Shadow Temple, Path to Bongo.
Yeah. So I am not sure what our path to Volvagia can be at this point, but I'm interested to find out. But yeah, what that means for Majarkin right now, besides everything else, we know that the ice. We don't know the ice cavern entrance yet, but it is in logic. We know we know that Majarkin can definitely full clear fire at this point. He has a bow, he has a hammer, he has bombs. He's everything a player could want to full clear fire.
Admittedly, the well to Volvagia path, as horrible as it is, could just be... Well, wait, but we have a wallet, so it couldn't be for a tunic, right?
Couldn't be. No, we have a wallet. So no idea what the well to Volvagia path ends up being, but whatever else, we now have access to 2 dungeons that we definitely need to do. The Ice Cavern entrance is going to be another progression dungeon that Majarkin definitely will want the information for, and we know where Fire Temple is, and that definitely needs to be done. So Majarkin definitely has a good route forward for the moment.
Yeah, so I get what Chad is saying. So whatever is in well will get us to Shadow Temple. For hovers, maybe.
So in the well is likely hovers, and whatever's in Shadow is going to get you into the well. I understand. I hate that, but I get it.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Thank you. So probably well is actually really late in logic, and where can well be at the moment still? It needs to be child accessible. Could either be Deku or Jabu in terms of entrances.
Jabu's Dodongo's Cavern.
And we
sorry. Yeah.
We are going to be able to check Jabu. My bet is that well is sitting in Deku, and we need to get the Kokiri sword out of wherever Shadow is.
What we will probably also want to do is explore Adult Spirit further, because as Chad has pointed out, the Spirit Temple in the well can be our logical desert access. It can be what gets us into into the desert, or into Desert Colossus to then enter that dungeon entrance. We are locked out as child, so we can do this as adult. The game can logically require you to pass through through Spirit Temple and jump off the hands, to get to the Spirit Dungeon entrance.
Yes, that could be a logical requirement. I mean, more than likely it is, but we only have access to keys in adult presently.
Adult well entrance accessible with irons. You don't need to worry about that. As soon as you've emptied the well as a child, you can also just jump into the well as an adult.
Yeah.
Hello,
chest.
Zora's Domain has a big chest.
Oh.
What could this be to throw whatever wrench we're cooking? Throw a wrench in her. Trying to figure out the seed.
You got your metaphors mixed there for a moment, I think, but I get you.
I love spoonerisms, and I am going to use that one now.
Cool, thank you.
And that was just a bottle, so nothing too important.
Yeah. We have 3 bottles now.
Yeah, that should rule out the bottle in Goron City as a path item. Zelda's Lullaby was on Minuet. And, I mean, we haven't seen Saria's song yet, so Zelda's Lullaby is not logically available to us, question mark? No, we have Minuet. We have Minuet in the Windmill, so it is. Cool.
Yeah.
So both bottles are accessible.
I will say,
So it was the strengths.
we're not seeing yet, and I do want us to explore Spirit more, but we're not seeing yet a clear path to Baronade. We still have those 2 strings. Required Saria song does intensify with every strength 2 check we get, where we don't get a boomerang.
Through that. And there is a repeat of the worst scrub hint in Zora's Fountain, and it is time for hashtag content. Time for forced child DC on Majarkin's side.
Yeah.
There are so many rooms in DC that I forget exist until I see Force Child DC.
Yeah. I mean, you can still skip some of it with the bomb, jump or whatever it's called. Ocarina of Time is Ocarina of Time.
So yeah, that strength 2 being path to get through Spirit Temple and then get into Jabu as a child, no less. I.e., you have to go through Adult Spirit, get enough keys to get access to Child Spirit, to make your way through Child Spirit and then jump off the hands to get to Jabu is worryingly possible at the moment.
Additionally, Majarkin is going ahead and in DC opening up the path to the boss that he just doesn't have to worry about it once he gets to the top.
That is a good idea. And here, ground jumping wants to. This is not something you need to do as Adult Link, obviously, but this is the way to get to save at least some time in this part of Dodongo's Cavern.
Yeah. I think you still need to do that one Lizalfos room as child, because I don't think you can do the ground jump.
No, you can't jump. You can't jump your way, or ground jump, or otherwise glitchless jump your way to the bomb bag. So you still need to do that loop. But Majarkin is doing this side of the Dodongo's Cavern mainly for the scrub.
Yeah. I mean, you also have those back scrubs by the bottom bag, too.
Additionally, Alpha Mario X is now inside of Ice Cavern, trying to make his way along Majarkin's path, following on his heels.
Yeah.
So gonna get that Nocturne soon, well, that Storm soon, and then is gonna be able to start those Storms checks. I'm gonna be interested to see if he goes back child like Majarkin did.
I think you do just because you know the well entrance is going to be valuable no matter what.
God, right, entrances.
Yeah. It's okay, Sadie.
Deep breaths.
Oh, fire arrows. Okay.
Sure. So DC Scrub has fire arrows.
That could help with the torch run at the child side if you do it as adult.
We also do have Dins, though.
Yeah, that uses a lot of magic.
That's true. They're convenient, but they're not logically required.
Yeah.
And I don't think Majarkin got that staircase down.
Nope.
Might have placed that bomb flower a little bit too far to the right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be interested to see if Majarkin finds anything here in DC, anything that'll lead him on a super obvious path. Because if there isn't anything here in DC, this gives a good opportunity for some divergence, and possibly a chance for Alpha Mario to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, this will still be a medallion, which is required for the seed.
Yeah, but if you can postpone it to the point where you can just skip the entire dungeon, that would be very helpful.
That's also fair.
Don't think you can actually hit that Skulltula with a bomb here. Oh, you can.
Looks like you can.
Ooh, great. Good to know.
Yeah,
but yeah, Majarkin is going to be in dungeon rush mode for a little bit here. After Fire Temple, he will probably, if he doesn't find more useful items, he will probably pay another visit to... Ooh, that was very close to killing that Deku Shield off. He will probably pay another visit to Spirit Temple as adult, see what those two strengths that are Path to Baronade and Goron City mean. Or it could just be that there's a boomerang on Dancing Dad, you know, which would be kind of rude.
Yeah, this is an interesting seed so far, because I think there are ways that it could get really nasty, but there are also a lot of ways right now that it seems like there is obvious progression and an obvious linearity. So if you are an Alpha Mario fan, you really don't want Majarkin to find much or anything with that strength too. We want this to be all dungeons.
Oh, and we have all the magic.
Spell percent has been achieved.
Yeah.
Especially with dungeon entrance rando, I think Feroz Wind becomes even more important. And
yeah.
Having this early-ish in the seed, or at least during mid-game, is a huge boon. Jarkin has learned to wait a little bit.
Yeah, we still don't know where Longshot is. We still don't know where... Oh, and no more ground jumps.
I see people in chat talking about wasteland access. We have magic and dens.
But Reverse Wasteland is not logically,
Longshot or Epona gets us into the wasteland, folks. Longshot or Epona on hover boots. Yeah. Majarkin getting a second bomb refill off of that pot. Hope. And stream freezing momentarily. Apologies for the tech issues, but that's the internet for you.
I'm just gonna read out Juxtronomy here. Logic is good to know, but it's also good to flagrantly disrespect.
yeah.
Absolutely. You gotta know the rules to be able to break them efficiently, is what I always say.
Rules? What rules?
The rules that you need to know to be able to, you know, trample all over them. Efficiently.
I feel like logic is still a suggestion in MM, to be perfectly honest with you, then.
Majora's Mask logic is, or Majora's Mask hints in terms of logic are much stronger than OoT hints.
Yeah.
They tell you things like sometimes required, and they also have transitive foolish properties. Like if an area is foolish,
Everything in that area is not required.
Yeah, but an item that gives access to that area is automatically also considered foolish. So an area that has that item can then also be foolish. It's actually really well programmed that way. Majarkin has his first dungeon boss done.
Yes, and there was nothing in DUC other than that for his win. Let's see if there's anything actually on the King D today.
Yes,
Mirror
there is.
shield.
That's a mirror shield. Hard required. Wait, is that hard required? No, it's not hard required.
Oh,
I mean, DC is anyway required because you need to beat it for completion of the seed. But this also means that Alpha Mario will almost guaranteed not to be able, or will be guaranteed not able to go mode DC in any way, because he will be looking for that mirror shield, no matter what. If mirror shield ends up being required.
I mean, it could be required because Adult Spirit could have the missing part of logic for Baronade.
It's vanilla OOT, says Tomalchak. I don't think I've seen the hint yet, but
yeah, I didn't see the hint, but I tend to trust our trackers.
Oh,
OT
it was a
is
DC.
OT.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Fixed. Missed the hint stone in DC there. Okay, Majarkin is going adult, most likely now headed into Fire Temple because it's his next progression dungeon to do.
And after Fire Temple, they might do Adult Spirit, if I would have to guess.
I will say also that by getting Fire Temple, they are going to be able to get either Epona's or Saria's song off of the Prelude check. Whichever one is left is what is out at Colossus. That's also going to give us an opportunity to finish out our Goron City checks if we are feeling skeptical about that strength too.
That is fair. I mean, just always full clear your Way of the Heroes.
Interesting. It looks like Majarkin is actually headed into the well and thus into Spirit Temple.
I mean, that's not necessarily a bad
If you think that those strengths are your path in Goron City, I completely understand it.
I do too, but on the other hand, you have the kit to just outright beat Fire Temple.
Yeah.
And Majarkin is, in fact, walking past the well and likely just walking up to Death Mountain. Might be faster than playing Bolero here. I haven't timed that.
Yeah, I think it might be faster. Oh, there's somebody in chat who probably knows.
For sure.
Yeah, when usually somebody tells me this is faster, I just usually go, okay.
And Alpha Mario is going to check
Ice cavern
what's in
entrance.
ice. I don't hate it. I don't
Also,
hate
I think no matter what, these two checks are keys, and there's a key on both because the boss key was a key.
The boss key was super early, yeah.
Oh wait, no, not necessarily.
One of the
There could
checks needs
still
to be a
be-
key, and Big Lava Room can be 2 keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Alpha Mario also has blue fire, so he's also going to be able to unfreeze King Zora here and see if King Zora has anything for him.
Oh yeah, that's right. We haven't seen that done this seed.
Indeed.
The bow. Oh, is he doing?
Yeah, it's King Zora's skin.
skin.
Sure.
Ooh. Okay.
This is a
Ice
setup.
Cavern.
Yeah, this is a setup that's entirely like not doable for me. I definitely need more lineup than this, but it works for Alpha Mario. That is a small. Sorry, that is a junk item.
So the next one has to be a
yeah, it has to be a key.
small P. Yeah.
Do you go deeper though? You have the means to just outright beat this dungeon. It's all locations reachable, sure, so you get a key, but do you care, or do you want to care, or do you just want to be done with Fire Temple for the moment and just
I mean,
look around for more
here,
stuff?
Looks like they're going for the boss.
I think we're, first of all, collecting items is the right is important here, but you know where those sorry, getting distracted here. You know where that that there's an unexplored dungeon entrance in Ice Cavern. That's definitely going to be a progression dungeon. You know that there's going to be something in Spirit Temple, most likely, with those 2 strengths being almost certainly path in Goron City, unless the seed really is that shitty.
Yeah, additionally, I believe we got a hint at some point that... Wait. Oh, I guess we don't know what's in Ice Cavern. I keep misreading the dungeon ER thing. So yeah, I should
flip those around.
Well, we're gonna find out here in a second. Alright, and it's Deku.
Okay, we're just doing Deku. We have Din's Fire to help do this super quickly as well. Nothing stopping us from doing this as adult, and it is a required progression dungeon.
Yeah.
To quote a certain celebrity, do it! Just do it!
Yeah, I don't hate this move from Alpha Mario. It is progression. It is, even if he doesn't find anything here, you're going to have to come here at some point. And there is a big chest in here.
Look ready. 2 big chests. I mean, okay. Okay. So bait.
Maximum trollage.
Tilber, Forest is in GTG.
That's all of our slingshots, right?
That is all of our slingshots.
Jabu and the well have to be in spirit and Deku, so Shadow has to be in water.
Jabu
Yes.
and the well don't have to be in spirit.
They have to be child accessible.
True.
So they have to be in child accessible dungeons. That's the case for both.
Right,
Um,
right.
So we're missing 3 dungeons still. We're missing Jabu, we're missing Well, and we're missing Shadow. And Drew is right. Shadow needs to be in water at this point
So,
by process of elimination.
well, probably locking Iron Boots then, and Iron Boots get us into... No. Because have to... I still don't know.
I mean, something that gives us access to the well.
There's our Kokiri sword.
Okay, that's...
Okay. Wait a second. Wait a frickin' second.
Where was Rudo's letter again?
It was in
Child
Spirit, yeah. Which was strength. No, not strength lock. It's only a slingshot. No, it was strength lock because you needed magic.
That is... Wait, this is still strength 2 locked, says Serious Business. Why would it be?
Because you needed the keys in the block push room in order to get magic, which got us into Ice Cavern to get Song of Storms.
The keys in the block push room to...
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
because
okay.
magic was, I believe y'all said 7 key locked. So...
7 key locked is correct.
So, okay. This could be huge for Alpha Mario. We've been saying for about an hour that Majarkin has had better routing and has been, and as you can see from the medallions, has a clear lead as far as progression. But getting that sword out of logic gives Alpha Mario a little bit more that he can do whenever he goes back child.
Yeah, the problem is Majarkin is walking upriver right now. He is finished with Fire Temple. He has, as I expected,
And
just
he'll
beaten Volvagia.
We'll be getting this logically.
Yep.
Well...
He knows. Well... Yeah, no, the Rudo's letter is in Child Spirit accessible. Logically accessible.
Yeah. I do still think that this is going to help Alpha Mario do a little bit better, a little bit better routing, with not having to age change as many times as Majarkin, because Majarkin's still going to have to go back child to get access to a Deku Tree, right?
He doesn't need to. He has Ice Cavern access, as you can see.
Oh.
He's on the way to Ice Cavern and gets into Deku Tree that way. That'll get him his water medallion. With that, he has Kokiri sword. Obviously, he will need to go get the Kokiri sword and get get Mido out of the way to actually get into the Deku Tree.
Yes. That is what I mean.
I see. Sorry. Then I misunderstood you.
But this does mean that Alpha Mario is going to have one less age change, because Alpha Mario can go do well, go get Ruda's letter, and then head out to Kokiri Forest and go check that entrance.
Yeah, he can bang out Child, Badongo, all that fun stuff that Majarkin already did.
Alright, Majarkin, on the other hand, his route has gotten a bit more convoluted because, as Drew, I think, pointed out in chat, we're starting with the right, so I'm immediately out. As Drew has pointed out in chat, there is actually a decent chance he might go child without grabbing a key in Spirit Temple, and I don't know if I agree with that play. Because you know you're locked out of Spirit Temple, but you also know that either Spirit or either Spirit or Deku at this point is your well, and the other is your Jabu. So you know you need to be child in the Spirit Temple entrance, or yeah, you need to reach the Spirit Temple entrance as child.
Yeah, there were no winners on the treasure chest game today, either in-game or in chat. Additionally, Bridge, yes, the mirror was on King Dodongo. You know, I'm not going to say it, but Tobias, you know what I'm thinking at this point, right? It starts with a J.
Nah. Ain't a jet until somebody's in go mode.
Yeah.
But once we have our way into the water temple entrance so we can get to Shadow, I mean...
That's true. Okay, Ice Cavern song is still Song of Storms. Second copy of that hint around the Deku tree. ALPHAMARIO has also... Ooh! He's already at the Deku tree. I had almost missed that. That was super quick.
Yeah.
Safe warp, obviously.
Yep.
And Jabu Foolish. Okay. Here's your always hint, people.
Honestly, great information for our runners.
So yeah, all you need to do is just find Boomerang and just blitz it.
Yep, Jabu is canonically your last dungeon. And there's bottom of the well. Okay.
Hey, you want to know
this will finally answer our question.
Jabu is in spirit.
I was about to say, you want to know what would make this not the J word? If Ganon says that his lights are in GTG.
Oh.
Ew.
Oh. Yeah. You would absolutely be correct on that.
I gotta jinx our runners in some way.
Yeah, forced child climb to Colossus, or we need to find. Forced child climb. There is no way to get Requiem before you beat Jabu. You need to 100% get a key in Adult Spirit to climb all the way to the top of Colossus as child to be able to get into Jabu. That's disgusting. But I love that this little quirk of Dungeon Entrance Randomizer is actually coming to pass today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. You don't see that all the time, or even, often.
And you still need to find Boomerang before you even want to... I mean, you still need the song. It's still gross regardless. I mean... Could Boomerang be in Jabu? No, Jabu is foolish. So can't be in Jabu. Nothing could be in Jabu.
Also, our beautiful trackers, if we could get fire arrows marked for Majarkin.
That's true. They were in DC Scrub. Or in one of the DC Scrubs.
Yeah.
Majarkin headed into Spirit Temple as adult, grabbing a key. I wonder if he climbs further or if he just, he doesn't know that the layout yet, but he does know that the dungeon entrance, both of the dungeon entrances that are still missing from his mind, or in his mind, still need to be child accessible. So I think he's just going to grab a key and then be out of here. Canonically, Jabu is definitely your last dungeon. So, you are going to hope that you find what you need, so the boomerang, to beat Jabu in Shadow Temple just on the way. And I think you do Shadow Temple first before you do any more of Spirit than you must.
Yeah, I definitely think you shouldn't do more Spirit that you don't have to.
Yeah, Majarkin could climb a little and drop Furor's Wind to come back here if he needs to clear it out.
Alright, so
That's a good
might
middle
be
ground,
our
actually,
path
dropping.
hit.
Oh!
There
our
is the boomerang in the
boomerang.
well?
That can't be our evolve hit.
Uh...
That can't be.
Jabu is foolish.
Yeah.
Alfalfa's saying irons on Colossus Arc?
Huh?
No, because we can get a bean there to get up to the arch.
I mean, it can be AD for Song of Time for hovers and toilet. That is true.
Well, this is probably our path here.
That's what we're hoping, at least.
Mm-mm.
This also
No.
does not help. I'm having questions.
Because there was nothing unless Lab Dive, Gold Scale.
Ugh. It's either a boomerang or a scale. What in the actual heck?
Gold Scale could lock irons.
I think that was can it be gold scale entry?
It could.
What's the
Gold
there's
Scale.
strength. Okay, so that is strength 3, definitely strength 2 locked. We have confirmation that strength 2 is our path in Goron City. But Majarkin is going to be happy to know that. Yeah. This
as
is super
commentators
sus.
have questions.
Yeah, this is super sus.
Until we get, like, all the items, I think we just kind of just deal with what hand we've been dealt.
But yeah, we are in no mode though, aren't we? From chat's perspective. At least we are in strong suspicion mode.
We are in question mark mode.
So, I feel like what Mario does here, it does the child side that he only do without the key. Maybe go to the Dongo's Cavern. Oh, not, you know what I'm saying, like the actual dungeon. Do that. Then go adult.
So Alpha Mario just like Spirit Temple, huh? Okay, ... Majarkin meanwhile is done with Deku Tree. Is Backchild is now on the way to I would presume Fire Temple, or is on the way to Child Spirit to get into the well, I guess. Get into Jabu. No, you don't want to be in Jabu right now.
I mean, you could do Jabu if you wanted some thinking time to... Except
Not
Majarkin...
without a boomerang. He wants to be in the well first.
Right, because Majarkin doesn't know about the scale yet. Yeah, so Majarkin is going to go into the well.
Which is today. Which has moved a bit today. But, it is in Deku Tree.
Also, I just like how Mario's just kept the skull mask on. It's like, you know, I made this mistake. I'm just gonna.
No, he's using the skull mask as it's intended to be used. The fire keys leave you entirely in peace when you have it on.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
I did not know this.
Yes, the skull mask keeps keys away from you.
The more you know.
Indeed.
I love that I always find out new things about this game. I love it.
And Majarkin is finally making the choice to go get Serenade, which is fair whenever you should know at this point that Shadow is in the Water Temple entrance. It does kind of suck to, like, route this in this late.
Good routing decision, actually. He walked to London Ranch to get the song and then safe warps to Kokiri Forest to get into Deku Tree.
Oh yeah, not as bad.
Yeah. And since Mario has scale, he can just dive into domain.
Exactly. And do Dodongo's Cavern, which I'm sure he's gonna be thrilled to do that as a child.
Oh yeah, absolutely hyped.
Imagine doing child dungeons as child.
Right?
Yeah, this is kind of nice for Alpha Mario at this point. He has very clear progression to go do. Go do DC, go adult, go do fire. And then you can start to unravel whatever's going on with that scale.
So the scale can either lock the Iron Boots or the other scale, which then gets us into Shadow Temple, which then gets us our Hover Boots, which logically would get us to actually beat Volv, but obviously we can just do the jump.
I mean, definitely a scale being a path item at this point points us to Lap Dive having something the game considers required for Volvagia. I just don't know what that is. With a boomerang in the well, and Fire Temple being already beat, all we need is we can beat Jabu, and we need Hover Boots to be able to beat Shadow. And there's a Shadow path to Bongo Bongo that is as yet unresolved. We also have not seen our 5th path hint.
Yeah, at this point it's gotta be just that scale locks the other scale or the irons to get into Shadow to get hovers.
Yeah. Because in order to get into Water Temple of Gold Scale, you need Long Shot, and we don't have that either.
True.
So I feel like it's more it locks irons than it does another scale. Yeah, the scale doesn't need to lock the other scale.
There's a trick for hookshot, that is true, and if I'm one of those two runners and know that trick, it's definitely one of those times where I pull that out of my tool bag. Logically, though, you need 2 scales and a long shot to get into Water Temple, or one hook shot and Iron Boots.
Yeah, and especially with not running across lights yet, I'm getting kind of worried about where they might be and where Ganon's gonna say they are. Because at this point, I think that we're gonna wind up at Ganon's doorstep before he tells us where they're at. I don't think we're gonna find them at this rate.
Well, I can tell you where they're not. Jabu.
Definitely not Jabu.
Okay, Alpha Mario.
Lights could be chilling in Shadow. That's entirely possible.
Possible, yeah.
I mean, Light could also entirely be in his castle.
Yep, and Majarkin does have a gold.
Or they could be in Toilet.
I know which one I'm cheering for.
I mean, did we get Haunted Wasteland yet?
We
as
have
a
not
hint?
gotten Haunted Wasteland. There are a lot of locations they could just be chilling in that are just not places we're gonna pass by.
Yeah. Definitely not great locations. So it's definitely gonna be interesting. Gonna get the scale here, and then he needs to beat Dead Hand in order to get that boomerang. Oh, you already got the boomerang. I did not catch it because I was watching Mario's.
Yeah, Majarkin just wrapping up with the well.
Tobias for the 12 months.
To our bot.
Yeah, can't have the TSG bot not able to use TSG emotes.
Yeah, that's fair.
To wit. Oh, come on. Do I actually need to place spaces around this in the Excel file?
Yeah, Kenra confirming, there we go.
There we go. Problem solved.
So we have Majarkin in Child Spirit, Alpha Mario in DC, not gonna get much here until he
Majarkin
gets
is
that
not
mirror
gonna be-
shield.
Yeah, Majarkin is not gonna be a fan of beating or climbing the spirit as a child, but has recognized that it needs to be done because he now
Yeah.
knows. He now knows that the looking through here, he now knows that Jabu has to be on the spirit entrance, and he needs to beat that dungeon. Yeah, I don't know if he actually looked at map chest here. I think he might have.
I think he did.
Yeah,
He
the
did.
torches are lit.
And the map chest is open. Oh my god, there are scrubs under a strength 2 bouldering colossus.
Oh.
Imagine
Not
having
that there
imagine
is.
having to climb this place twice.
Once as child and once again as adult.
I hate it.
It's possible.
Not in this seed, I think. Not with the Shadow to Bongo Bongo path still unresolved.
Fair.
You can just play Requiem as adult at this point. Yeah, because you will have beat Jabu at this point. You can get it from Burning Cack.
Yeah. Don't need to climb.
The Beamos are really doing a number on Majarkin here.
Yeah, B moves are rude.
Yeah, really
Indeed.
putting all of that health to test.
Just don't get hit by the iron knuckle. Okay, it's got a little bit of extra health now.
I do really still want to understand what that well path to Volvagia was for, but that would require access to the spoiler log, which we unfortunately don't have. This is curious enough to me that I might ask the big boss for a peek into the spoiler log later on, though.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we'll have a better idea once we find either another scale or our...
Logically,
Irons.
long shot locked. Just want to say that. Logically, long shot locked. Spirit
Baseball,
Temple.
hello. Yes, we very much might have a path to scale in some of the weirdest, nastiest
Well, there's a Pona
path
song.
hints I've seen.
And that leaves Saria's song in Prelude spot, right? No, it does.
Yes. Additionally, here's something I hadn't thought of. Skyrea is pointing out that we do still have Tektite Grotto that we have not gone and checked.
Yep, Tech Grotto can have what we are looking for.
But what are we looking for at this point? It's a path to Volvagia. We've already beaten her. I am so confused.
It's gotta be hovers. Volvagia had a key.
Yeah.
Volvagia must have had a key. But then what's the path? Like, if it's hovers, what's the path to Bongo in Shadow? I just don't get it.
I think the idea is that scale is going to get us into Shadow, so it's going to get us either a scale or irons, and then inside of Shadow is going to be our vanilla hovers.
Oh.
Or
that's
vanilla hovers. Yeah.
That's terribly convoluted, but that
It's
totally
horrible.
works.
It's horrible.
That totally works. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Why are you checking the scrub?
Yep, Majarkin's forgetting that.
It's Majarkin's forgetting about Foolishins here.
Cause
Or just has scrub sanity on the brain because the the elevator not being up also reminds you of this, right?
oh my god.
The scrub reminds him to go the heck away.
He actually did not read the hint according to chat, so
Oh,
he doesn't know.
he didn't get the hint. Oh.
He did, I think, actually. Both runners have seen the Deku hints. But
He
not,
read
he
the
read the first
first-
Deku hint, but not the second. Oh god.
Well, and this is a repeat of what we were talking about earlier with the back of lake hints, where Alpha Mario got both of the back of lake hints. Majarkin only got one of them.
I mean, also, we're about 2 hours into the seed. It's a long time, you know. If you're not constantly having your notes available or looking at your notes, it could be tough to remember things. Just saying. Yep. But yeah, I believe Chad is correct and he did not get that hint. Because we only got one of that hint, right?
Oh, I'd have to look at the note sheet. Yes. The only one was at the Deku Tree that we've seen so far. Additionally, while our runners are doing some stuff that we know we're not going to see much with, happy 2 hours, everyone. Thank you again to Majarkin and Alpha Mario X for being so quick on the draw when I asked if anyone wanted to do a race. They were very excited about this, especially Majarkin, who, according to him, he hasn't gone to do a race in like a month, so he's like very hyped for it. Shout out to our truckers, Bronzoob and Tomotage. Thank you for being available and on standby for this free stream. Thank you to my co-commentators, Tobias and TheQueenHelena, for being here today. And I'm your restreamer, Sadie. You all know me.
That's a
Let's
big
see
cast
what this is in Foolish
Jabu.
Jabu.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pebble of pain indeed.
This is another moment with Majarkin being here and bothering to do these checks in Jabu. I mean, he's still going to have like pass through this area anyway, but it's losing a little bit of time that Alpha Mario can use to kind of catch up. For anyone who wasn't here for the first 2 hours, Alpha Mario's routing kind of put Majarkin a good 10-15 minutes in the lead, but Alpha Mario's been able to do things in a slightly different order thanks to rushing ice, which was the Deku Tree, which had the Kokiri sword, which got him into the well first. So Majarkin is still pretty well in the lead, but ALPHAMARIO can still catch up.
Yeah, especially since Alpha Mario will not be doing any of these non-required parts of Jabu.
Yeah, it's not going to be a huge time catch up, but it is going to be something.
Yeah, I mean, time save is time save.
Absolutely. Especially here in brackets. We were saying during the bracket reveal that we don't have like all of the matches are absolutely terrifying. All of our runners are incredible. I was even saying that, like, you know, it's a good tournament when your runners up are as scary as your winners. So this is and I think this is a good example because wasn't Majarkin one of our runners up? Or was Majarkin one of the winners?
I've already eliminated that from my short-term memory, but give me a moment.
I have as well. No, I think Majarkin was a winner and ALPHAMARIO was a runner-up.
That is correct. Majarkin is the winner of Group 7 and ALPHAMARIO is the runner-up in Group 11.
Yeah, so, but again, like, the fact that I'm mixing them up is just shows that, like, our runners are fantastic this season. They're always fantastic, but this is very, very hype.
Yes.
Indeed.
Can we get some hype in chat?
Are dungeon barons guaranteed? I think if a foolish dungeon exists, the randomizer will try to hint at least one. After that, it's up to chance.
Yeah, because there's only so many foolish checks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's nice that we got that Jabu foolish.
It's nice for us. Majarkin won't really help Majarkin.
No, unfortunately. It sure will help Mario.
Yeah,
We'll definitely save ALPHAMARIO sometime.
ALPHAMARIO is going to be able to go into fire and finish that up, and then
Probably go into Spirit.
Yeah, I fully expect him to piece out of fire as well. Don't see him doing any more than he absolutely needs to in there. Majarkin, on the other hand, will do anything he can in Desert Colossus. Because he has no way to easily get back there without walking through Spirit Temple again.
Yeah, until Requiem.
Majarkin could choose to place Furor's Wind at the start of Jabu and then be able to just walk out of it. Majarkin also will be able to get Burning Cack.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, and he doesn't need to be Child in Desert Colossus anymore. That's true. Yeah. Once he gets Requiem from Burning Cack, that's obviously irrelevant. Let's see how the Baronade fight goes. Damn it. Didn't quite get the timing here.
Ooh, getting bodied. Oh, and that sucks how far out they're spread.
But you can restun Baronade with the boomerang, and that is at least the second set of jellyfish. Yeah. Beat very nicely.
There we go.
That's no longer a Tuma. Scrub's sanity is really impactful this seed, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there have been quite a few items that have shown up on scrubs. We had one of our strengths on the Goron City scrub. We had a bow, our first bow on the lake scrubs, a bottle on the Goron City scrub, which let us like go do Ice Cavern, Aurora's Wind on the Dodonga's Cavern scrub.
Yeah. By the way, oh how the turntables. Getting Requiem to have easy adult access to Desert Colossus.
And Alpha Mario using Ice Arrows on Volvagia.
It does more damage to her. I think twice as much as normal arrows. And there's a second bow. Sure. Third bow and
third bow.
Colossus Scrubs.
Yeah.
Colossus Fairy. And I think we are seeing a reverse as child here.
Oh, Majarkin knows me so well.
Majarkin wants to know what is in Haunted Wasteland. Honestly, I don't know a setup for reversing through Haunted Wasteland as a child, but I guess Majarkin just can do it by gut feel. That's good.
Is it different than adult?
For adult, there is a side hop setup that you can do. Side hop backwalk setup
true.
for if you wanna look at that. Fant made a really good tutorial about that setup.
Yeah, Fant has really good tutorials.
She does. But yeah, we are seeing Haunted Wasteland as child.
Sadie's happy about this.
Big chest, no!
Oh.
Rejected.
Rejected. The
Sorry, Sadie.
life of
But
being a wasteland lover.
But at least it got checked.
At least it got checked, and that's all I really wanted.
Majarkin warping to Sacred Forest Meadow to do something. Quick check. Shadow Temple is in Water Temple, so oh, Slingshot checks. He's mopping up Lost Woods checks.
Honestly,
that makes sense. You have
good.
Slingshot.
And Alpha Mario is going to be going child and probably chasing down Majarkin.
Here, sorry, a song on Mario's end.
Or not?
Going adult here. Forest entrance is Water Temple.
I don't think they
Interesting.
knew this.
Because
Might be
of
just
the
info
scale?
gathering, yeah.
I don't hate this.
But you can't do anything. Oh, you wanted to use for Aurora's Wind to warp back here. I see. Makes sense. Didn't know he had already set the warp here. But sure, saves yourself a trip down the well.
No, I like it. I like that play.
I'm gonna be interested to see how far Alpha Mario climbs. If he gets a key and dips out like Majarkin did.
Then you'll see Dancing Dad.
Yep, full clear your paths.
Alright, is this gonna be anything?
This is irritating to me though, because he is the one who has confirmed. He has confirmed that there is a that the two strengths from Goron City were path.
Yeah, it's possible that the paths are so convoluted that Majarkin's just wanting to make extra sure. Again, it's little things like this, though, that are going to give Alpha Mario X some of that time back.
Yeah.
True.
You know.
But yeah, Majarkin is done being a child. Would really like to find that that gold scale if he can, or a pair of iron boots. In the meantime, what's there for him to do? He can do Forest Temple at his leisure, if he wants to reverse through Haunted Wasteland. which might be his plan. No, he's playing Serenade.
Yeah, I like it. Go... Well,
Well, we have Epona.
Oh, Majarkin remembering that he didn't get this other hint.
This is gonna help him some. But that was 30 dead.
That was the other hint stone.
Oh, didn't he get any Back of Lake hints?
He got one.
He's probably thinking, huh? Yeah, he's probably thinking, huh? I only have seen 4 paths. Where might that 5th one be? And checking hint stones at 2 hours and 12 minutes in. I mean, I think Lee definitely got both. I'm not sure if Majarkin got either. Graveyard to King Dodongo. Yup, that was your bomb bag.
Yeah,
Captain Obvious is doing overtime today.
I know Majarkin got one of them and then went to get the fishing and then didn't loop back. Lee has been a lot better about not skipping hit stones than Majarkin has.
Have we seen Top of Lab yet?
We have not.
Nah.
Gold gauntlets.
Yeah, I think at this point, Majarkin also doesn't really know what to do with that scale. Horrifically, if we don't see anything in Tektite Grotto, I do think that there's a really scary chance that it could be toilet.
Yeah, there could be a chance.
Because do we have what we need to do lab dive, or is that logically gold scale locked?
It's logically gold scale locked. We don't have iron boots either.
Then yeah, that means that if there's nothing, if that scale is like, I think we have agreed that like whatever's the path of Volvagia has to be. What?
Long shot. Adult fishing long shot.
So...
I think we have to, if there's nothing in Tektite Grotto, I think we have to do all dungeons, y'all. I think we might have to do all dungeons.
Huh.
Jax is saying no.
I'm just saying.
There's OGC Ferry on ALPHAMARIOX side. More and new information.
Yes, but we need to find where gold scale is.
Yeah, we don't know where gold scale is. We don't know where our iron boots are.
Yeah. It's gonna be hilarious if there's iron boots sitting in Tektite Grotto. Hi! Light arrows in OGC Ferry.
Oh.
Okay.
So that's strength 3 that luckily both of them got. Hard required.
My brain hurts.
Song of Time would only be for GTG to get to toilet, but
you still need irons for toilet.
Exactly. And at the point you have irons, you've already beaten the seed.
Yeah.
I think it's gotta be Tektite.
But once again, if irons are Tektite, then you would need gold scale. If you have gold scale, then you can get into Water Temple.
Jesus. Okay.
ALPHAMARIOX has already shown us Open Grotto, but neither of them have actually shown us the rest of Hyrule Field. Majarkin has started in on that with Lone Scrub Grotto. I'm sure he's going to clear the rest of Field, so we're getting some more info there. ALPHAMARIOX is Child on the way to Spirit Temple now.
Hey, okay.
Stormask is dead.
Crazy. Could it be that scale is path for Volvagia for GTG key logic if there's a key in the toilet?
No.
No? Okay.
Cacta Queen Goma is our last path hint. Path hint. We now have all 5. What did we get in Cac?
Oh, we got Minuet
We got Dins.
and Dins.
Dins, yeah.
Yeah, Dins, which would have gotten us into Ice, which would have gotten us the Kokiri Sword. Through getting...
Right!
Yeah.
Through walking
Through
through
that
Deku, yeah,
frickin'
that probably
chain.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And that is a required adult Deku, by the way.
Jabu is at Colossus entrance, yes.
Majarkin not forgetting about the Valley Scrubs here. Has, I think, forgotten about the Colossus Scrubs, though, or might have those on his list for later. Oh boy.
Oh boy is right.
Have a question. For how much do we actually need the gold scale in water specifically once we're in there?
I think you can do... I don't know.
Gold scale does nothing in water. Only the water temple entrance is the thing here.
Someone's saying you can do everything except Central Pillar.
Yeah, so the same thing as if you had as if you had the gold scale is now just thanks to Dungeon ER. That's also the case with silver scale. Now that you have the long shot. Okay. So water temple is entirely beatable except central pillar. Good to know. Good to know. Just don't want that.
Additionally, we... Oh god, what was I going to say?
I'm just trying to think. Because in order for the scale to be path, scale needs to lock something. Does not lock Sora's domain. I mean, we've already cleared out Sora's domain. Did not any scale required checks, like gold scale, if we have gold scale. But scale's not locking scale is what I'm trying to get at, or...
Yeah, no, because you need gold scale to get into the water entrance. Or iron boots for that matter. I'm giving up on this. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna vibe for a bit. I think.
We'll just vibe.
Yeah. Because I legitimately can't think of any checks that are left that require scale that wouldn't also need either the other scale or iron boots. And I can't think of anything that boomerang could be for, with Jabu being foolish and with us having access to a pretty early hook shot.
I mean, Jax is yelling at us in chat, getting into shadow. Yes, we get it. But it's just... We're just wondering where that scale could be, and at the moment we have zero info on it.
Yeah, so... the scale could still be anywhere.
Alright, Majarkin is headed into Forest Temple, which sounds weird when he just pays a fee to the Gerudo, but that's what Dungeon ER does to the brain. irons are for real DLC, because even if they were somehow required, they're locked behind gold scale at this point, we think.
Yes.
Potentially.
Because we have a path scale in Bottom of the Well. Can irons be in shadow for a D? Good question. But anyway, Majarkin is now doing Forest Temple. Has decided to go, I think, mostly by density?
Yeah, and that makes sense if you're searching for potentially like one of two items to just get you into shadow.
Yeah. Because as we figure, scale does not get us the other scale. And I think that's what we got stuck on for a bit.
No, yeah, we know gold scale is required, so they don't need, like with the two strengths, they don't need to be locking each other.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the
the
point.
scenario. Oh, okay. I understand. I understand how the logic's working now. Okay, I'm good.
Oh dear.
Alright. Would you like to share with the class?
Oh, I understand now why that scale does not have to lock the other scale, because that means that we have to be doing gold scale. Because
Scale water entry.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I understand now.
Okay.
This is just some nasty logic, y'all. That's just all I'm gonna say. Is this some nasty logic?
Yeah. I second that notion. I still say this is technically anyone's game
Until that other scale is found, yeah. Majarkin still doesn't have lights.
And, you know, how long is it gonna take before he checks outside Ganon's castle?
Yeah, outside Ganon's castle is a gamble. I think Majarkin will definitely check light trial, but we know that that's not where they are today. But I think that he climbs before checking outside Ganon's castle.
Yeah, which could save Mario some time.
The real question is, will it be enough? And that's going to really come down to where that scale is.
That is also fair and true.
So, chat, where do you think the scale's gonna be? Got some vets on Phantom Ganon, Top of Spirit, Colossus Scrubs, which we did not get checked. Lab Dive would be funny.
Yeah, lap dive would be reachable only and required only, and we don't have that setting picked.
Yeah, but we're just kind of in wait and see mode at this point.
Yeah, at this point, there's really nothing pointing us to anything, as far as I understand, where that second scale could be. It is required to get into the water entrance, or we find iron boots somewhere. And at this point, you just do checks until you find either a scale or iron boots and complete the seed. Further up, fire. Ooh, just to be difficult.
Oh god,
That is also a good shout, Jax.
Top of Fire would be terrible.
It would be. I mean, either Top of Fire or Top of Spirit would also both be awful, or even on freaking Twin Rova herself would be horrible.
Ooh, Furor's wind strats from Majarkin here, saving a few precious seconds by using Furor's wind in the twisted version of the hallway before you untwist it to see what the check is before you can then return to the twisted version to move on.
I did not know that was a thing.
All right.
The twisted hallway
Gets us.
always confused me as a kid with some bad spatial reasoning.
It's true.
I get
Also,
it.
this gives Majarkin the opportunity to save on that glitchless jump over to the floor master and just do it the vanilla intended way. Done with that particular Dekubaba stuff.
Can't blame him.
No.
Guava, yeah,
probably
this
not.
is likely not AD unless there are some even worse shenanigans than we've seen already.
Yeah, very unlikely. Unless there's just a truly horrible item chain going on.
I'm confused with what Majarkin's doing, but you know, I think he's just going for density. Oh, get a new song here.
Gets the Requiem. Interesting.
There are those scrubs.
Yeah, but going
Gets
to
Rick.
go check Spirit first.
Pop of Spirit, then Requiem, then... Ugh.
You could just go finish Spirit.
I mean, there's not too much left for him, I think. He's done the entire child climb. He's done most of the adult stuff as well. He's done the entire central room. So all he really needs to do is the part past the Demos.
I mean, Rest
It's
of
not that
Spirit
quick.
Might not be bad into Rest of Fire.
And yeah, going by density here for Majarkin definitely means, for example, abandoning that push into the final part of Forest Temple, because there's just not that many checks in there. I think he also counted his keys and decided there's at least one more key among those checks, if I counted that correctly. So it's just not worth it. The time investment of checks per minute doesn't really pay off that well. So he's just going to do where there's hopefully more items for him to find.
Yeah, Lee is technically caught up in progression now. If Longshot's not hard required, but we're pretty sure Longshot is. Oh. Alright, there's
That's a
our
giant's
other
wallet. Sure.
to buy our other tunic. Nice.
This is Spirit in this hallway.
Yeah, Majarkin being kind of careful with this Iron Knuckle, but good job.
Yeah. Never hurts to be careful.
Oh, Universal Giant in chat, happy that someone found their lost wallet. I can understand that. Would be even better if there still were rupees in it, Universal Giant. Can you fix that for next time, please?
I
I
believe
don't think
both
irons
Sadius
can
checks-
be... Exactly. I don't think Irons can be on Asario's check because we've seen both of them. Majarkin has checked both Skull Kid as well as Darunia.
Yeah. And they both had nothing. But, you know, I like the thinking, you know, trying to think of where things can be. Yeah.
This check is technically hammer and bow locked. It's big.
It is big. And it's our tunic, so
Well,
don't
we
need
get
that
our wallet.
wallet.
I was gonna say, we get our wallet and then get our Zora tunic to tell us, no, we don't need that wallet. Cool.
That's funny. That's mean, but that's funny.
Yep.
Majarkin did not get to the Colossus Scrubs.
No. But he has Requiem, so if he does fight Twin Rova, he'll be warped out of the dungeon anyway.
And I'll be surprised if he doesn't go ahead and fight Twin Rova.
I think he's committed to fighting Twin Rova at this point. He's definitely... I mean, if you're up here, you set up the mirrors either way, because you would otherwise come back up here. But yeah, melt the face and bail, or walk. Just stick it through, we'll see. Stick it out, I mean... I can see arguments in either direction, and Majarkin is deciding to try to fight Twin Rova. Probably getting a head start on all dungeons, if or on you know, just more checks. But if you go for checks per minute, that's kind of not the decision that you want to take. I think it's kind of a balance of, yeah, I've come all this way, I might as well finish the dungeon and be done with it completely.
I mean, just because he kills Twin Rova doesn't necessarily mean, you know, the item he sees that gets dropped, he doesn't have to take it and could warp to Colossus.
Oh, if you kill Twin Rova, you 100% take the stone just for insurance.
Fair.
Yeah, meanwhile, Alpha Mario is in the crater getting some of these checks here.
I thought he had already seen that slingshot. Picked it up, in fact. Turns out he hadn't. I'm gonna step away for just a minute.
Yep, sure, no problem.
Yeah, we'll just watch the chaos as it happens.
I think Mario might be getting the long shot here from adult fishing.
Yeah, I don't think that's a terrible decision. I do wonder, do you think that Alpha Mario might check Shoot the Sun while he's here? Because I don't think Majarkin did that.
I mean, Shoot the Sun is possible since, you know, we'll get long shot here. We have Sun Song, so don't have to wait for time of day.
Yeah, we're kind of in the anything is possible at this point.
It would be terrible if it's on Shoot the Sun. But
Yeah.
if you're a Mario fan, you want it to be on Shoot the Sun.
Yeah, truly, truly awful.
We'll see what Mario does here. Because
Yeah,
it wouldn't be a bad play to do it.
I do think Alpha Mario's been a little more thorough than Majarkin in some areas. Why not just clear that out and basically, you know, not think about this area for a while?
Because if you get the scale here, right, from Shoot the Sun, then you can go straight into Shadow Temple.
Yeah, I actually really like that routing, and that would be the way to get Alpha Mario back in the lead. Or really, honestly, in the lead for the first time this race, that early routing was really unfortunate.
You know, they say slow and steady wins the race. I mean, if this pays off, of course.
If it pays
It
off.
might not.
As a reminder to everyone, this is best of 3, so this is the very first match. So regardless of who wins, although they will have a leg up, they will have at least one more match against each other.
Playing Zelda's Lullaby? I think they meant to play Epona here. Yeah. Looks like they will not be shooting the sun.
Yeah, possibly going along the same route that Majarkin's been doing, going to go forest, clear that out. I'll be interested to see if ALPHAMARIO goes deeper in forest than Majarkin went, because Majarkin didn't finish it.
So... Shoot the Sun could be a last location from both of these runners, honestly.
Yeah.
Because we're going to start running out of checks here.
Yeah, I guess we have the rest of fire and the rest of forest.
Yeah.
With that long shot...
We have the scrubs in Wasteland.
Wasteland scrubs? You mean Colossus?
Colossus, yeah. Those things. Those guys.
Yeah, so we've got the Colossus scrubs.
We got the Valley Song of Storm scrubs, which I don't recall were checked or not. They might have.
I believe Majarkin did them as he was heading out to forest. I know he checked Hammer Rocks at least, and it was a small chest. And additionally, as Chaz pointing out, we have 20 scrubs. Neither of our runner has gotten to 20 skulls. Neither of our runner has gotten to 20 skulls yet.
It could also be on 20 skulls too. Yeah, that is most certainly a possibility. And
I think that's something Majarkin's thinking about, because I don't think Majarkin's gotten the Kakariko skulls yet.
that would be pretty insane.
Yeah, so Majarkin's gonna go climb fire.
Which is honestly not a bad idea. It is probably one of your most checked in locations at the moment. So... Could be on... Did we get Poe hints?
We have not actually gotten a Poe hint. I like checking this.
Yep, because I just thought about it as I saw him doing it, so I guess Mario and I shared a brain cell there for a moment.
And yeah, Skyrez, Volv did have the key. And we extra know this because, well, was Path for Volvagia, we already found magic and all of that other stuff.
Hammer.
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 So
Big
it
Poe
has
is not the answer.
It has to somehow lead to hovers.
Is this gold scale?
It is!
It is.
In fire!
Okay.
And chat is in no mode. Majarkin does not have light arrows, but will be getting the hint from Ganon to just go outside of his castle. And unfortunately, I'm not sure ALPHAMARIO is going to be able to catch up with him committing to this forest temple dip.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, it just really came down to the routing here. Which is really unfortunate for ALPHAMARIO.
Yeah, that was very much what we had talked about near the beginning of the match, that both of these runners are very skilled execution-wise, but it really came down to the routing choices that gave Majarkin such a good head start.
Alright, chat. Vanilla or French vanilla hovers? You have a 50-50 chance.
If irons are here, I will be so angry.
Oh yeah, could also be irons to get our hovers.
I would be so angry.
T. So it has, whatever is our path hint has to be on dead hand here. So this could be French vanilla hovers, this could be irons. Irons for Song of Time for toilet.
God. That would be the worst. We are almost at 3 hours. Finding out at almost 3 hours that's all dungeons for hovers would be the worst. Would be the worst.
Alright, chat. Irons or hovers? Make your
Neither,
predictions.
somehow.
That would somehow be gross, but I don't think possible.
There we go.
And
All right,
vanilla
okay.
hovers.
Well, we're in glow mode.
Yep, at least Majarkin is in glow mode.
Yes. Tobias, now that you're back, I'm actually going to be right back one more time. Be right back.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that is... This seed is just rude.
That gold scale, just chilling 2 checks deeper
Fire.
into Fire Temple is your typical OTR behavior, honestly. This could have been over 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's fair. If they just dipped a bit deeper into fire.
But yeah, why do fire checks?
I mean, that's fair. You have boss key, you have hammer, you just fight boss. And we're gonna see a HBA. There
Right.
is an argument to be made for clearing the lower level, yeah. But I think we did see HBA with Majarkin too. Which
We have,
obviously
yeah.
is nothing.
We did.
So, Majarkin will need to do the entirety of Shadow Temple anyway, because Shadow Temple, when you could go mode, is never it is never nice. Also, he obviously doesn't have his light arrows yet, which are, as we know, on OGC Ferry. So yeah, there's going to be about 15 minutes of dungeon with Majarkin not able to skip any checks because he still will want those light arrows.
Yeah, this was a brutal first seed of brackets, and I'm so excited that we got to restream it.
Yep, as always.
Makes me excited to see what the other bracket matches are gonna look like.
Hopefully not as brutal as this, but maybe, or maybe some would like to argue even more brutal. Who knows?
Yeah, we have a lot of runners here who really like the various ERs. So I think we're gonna be seeing quite a bit of this unless runners start banning it.
Yeah. Such a weird logic chain for that Volve, but we got there.
Yeah, I mean, in the end,
I guess.
you had your path scale, which, LOL.
No, now that I think about it, you, the path, if you knew that Volve, is path to, Volve, right? And we need hovers in order for, like, logically to beat
Exactly.
Volve.
So your scale, your path to Wolf was the scale to get a.
And there's our irons.
There's your
Just to-
confirmation. Just to rub it in that yes, indeed, that scale is hard required. Gold scale water temple entry is the required thing to do here. And there's
but-
your eye drops, which
but no,
isn't relevant.
I was saying that the other scale had to be in Fire Temple. I mean, we know it's in Fire Temple, but I think because of the logic, we should have figured it would have been deeper in Fire.
I'm not sure. I think that scale could have been anywhere.
Because Volve had the key, and technically, if we didn't do the jump, we wouldn't have a way of getting to Volve. Logic. I don't know. It's still weird.
That's true. Like the hover boots are path to Volve because we couldn't have gotten deep enough into the dungeon to hammer down the pillar. That much is clear.
But I guess it doesn't necessarily mean that the other had to be in. I mean, it doesn't. Like I said,
No, it doesn't.
matter
It
now.
doesn't. It doesn't matter where the other scale is. One scale is hard required. That one scale is hard required and on the path to beat Volvagia because you needed to get into Shadow Temple to get your hover boots, which you need to get to Volvagia logically. And yeah, both scales hard required to actually beat the seed. Cool, thank you, game. Lovely, good start into the brackets phase.
I do like how Majarkin is cleaning up skulls here, because they're thinking that, who knows, maybe license and on skulls, which we know isn't.
Yep, but it's a reasonable thing to assume. I haven't done skulls yet. Is this just 20 skulls? Is definitely a question we should be asking. Or you should just be asking yourself if you are
In Majarkin's
in ALPHAMARIOX feet shoes, yeah.
And there's a boss key for Majarkin. Don't have to talk to the man. Well, except Majarkin is gonna check everything because Majarkin doesn't know where lights are.
Yeah. I definitely think this is gonna be like a sub 330 seed from Majarkin.
Oh, for sure. He could even shortcut Shadow Temple. He just can't. Or like he could go mode Shadow Temple and not do the back, but he can't because he doesn't know where the light arrows are.
Yeah, a little unfortunate, but Majarkin has more than enough of a time buffer to do that. Carp, lights are on outside Gan's castle, so it's a hard required strength 3 this seed. Luckily, they were
Indeed.
easy to find.
They were in Spirit Temple.
Yeah, 310 finish is just about a good guess. Maybe even 305. I don't think Majarkin will do OGC Ferry before walking over to Ganondorf and just getting the light arrow hint, but it'll be a quick jaunt back outside, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, you will never defeat me with those light arrows outside my castle.
Yeah, that I parked literally outside, out the front door. Good job hiding those, Ganondorf. Link will never figure that one out.
Try harder, Ganon.
I still always love the inside my castle hints.
I love the inside my castle hints when you don't have strength 3.
Fair.
You know, I want there to be a little mystery.
I think my favorite hint at all, just in types of like humor. I mean, it's not in settings that we'll probably see, but in Pot Sandy, I can't believe they were able to make it to be like inside those pots, right down there.
That's great. I have never gotten to watch a Pot Sandy seed, but I'm sure
it's
they are chaotic.
Oh yeah. Delivery driver delivered to the neighbors.
And Majarkin's across and going to be beating up Bongo here in just a few seconds. And here
Mano's
we go.
House. Mano's House is a website that we use for some of these well, not some, but use for the races. It's also a program for multi-world.
Yeah, it's just a very easy way of like organizing the races, organizing who's restreaming what, and automating the rooms getting open.
Yep, that's our tournament setup, or tournament management tool, basically. Bit of technical troubles with that at the moment, but we will get that sorted out soon enough. Anyway, back to Shadow Temple, where Majarkin has just finished the boss. Bongo Bongo is no more. That is Majarkin's 6th medallion. He will be on the way to Ganondorf next and getting his light arrow hint, and then we'll be done pretty soon.
Yep.
Yeah, I cannot wait to ask the runners how they feel about this scene and about this logic.
Pain and suffering.
It could have been worse, but it definitely could have been better.
True. I love Toffee's reply. It's like a place where you get 4 quick checks in Spear 1.
Also that. Alright. Off to Temple of Time we go.
Yep.
And
Okay, deck you shield.
Nice.
nice.
Sure, why not?
From the from the light arrow cutscene check.
Yep, getting that Ferrar's out, ready to just warp back here to the castle. It's actually going to be kind of funny that Majarkin's going to have to just leave the castle and then
re-enter the castle.
Yeah. Is it still? I guess it's still faster to warp to another temple and Roar's Wind up there, isn't it?
I honestly do not know.
I think it is.
Chest in a checkerboard room. What could that be?
Oh, we're still missing 2 bomb bags.
Oh boy.
Could be a non-bag.
It's Bombchus.
Close enough.
Kind of like a bomb bag.
Like a moving bomb bag.
This is just really unfortunate from Alpha. Who would expect the other scales to be just right there in Fire Temple?
Yep, that's what Randomizer does sometimes. And welcome in, Papigran and friends. Welcome into you are catching us in a race where Majarkin is already in glow mode. And will be in go mode soon. The light arrows that he still needs are just outside Ganon's castle. This was a dungeon ERC that had things like a required walk to Spirit Temple to get, as child by the way, but you had to get a key as adult to get to Jabu. You had a required gold scale to get into the Water Temple entrance to get to Shadow Temple. You had a scale path to Volvagia for that reason, because your hover boots were just in Shadow Temple.
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Yep. So, a seed worthy of starting off our brackets phase, I think. So it's quite silly.
Yeah, truly ridiculous. Yeah, I can't think of another word for it than ridiculous.
Yeah. Definitely chaotic, definitely a bit. We're like, how does this make sense? And then eventually, we got there.
Yeah. With some help from chat. Thank you, chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, without Chad, I would have been just completely lost on the logic of everything happening today.
Same.
I feel like I've learned a lot about Dungeon ER.
I also learned that Skull Mask keeps keys away from you, so...
There is that.
Yeah. New thing I learned.
Yeah, handy little utility if you wind up getting it.
Happy 3 hours. Happy go mode 3 hours.
Yep. There's a nice little jaunt to the pillar here.
Yep, and while Majarkin is getting those light arrows, we're going to do one last shout out to everyone who made this restream happen, and for being on standby ready for it. So thank you to our runners for enthusiastically volunteering themselves for this, Majarkin and ALPHAMARIOX. Shout out to our trackers, Bronze Noob and Toma Touch. Thank you so much for being on standby. We could not have had this restream without you. Shout out to my co-coms Tobias and TheQueenHelena. And I am your restreamer today, SadieSweet. I don't know why I said it like that.
Thank you, Sadie.
Could be Sadie Sour instead.
It doesn't have quite the same kick.
True.
Yeah.
You know, gotta be a little mean, gotta be a little nice.
Ooh.
Anyway, this is Majarkin now ready for his fight against Ganondorf.
Gonna get that bacon.
Just like Sadie, but with a moustache.
Sadie Bitter is who I am whenever there's nothing useful in Wasteland.
No, Sadie Bitter is who you are after a day of work.
Oh, that is true. I do have to go into work tonight.
Rip.
Which is why I was really happy that the runners were like, yeah, sure, we can start this here at 10:30 Pacific, and it's like, great, excellent. I've got plenty of time to get ready for work after this match, even if it's bad.
And it was only a little bad.
It was only mildly difficult.
It's just that gold scale and fire temple that threw.
With a to Volvagia. And that is phase 1 of Ganon down. We are about to get some bacon. Get the best slices of bacon.
Yeah.
I haven't had bacon in so long. Ooh, I want bacon now.
Alpha Mario, meanwhile, is showing us the scrubs outside Spirit Temple in Colossus.
Yeah, we
See
did
what they
not
have. They have
get
a
to-
stick raid. They have a heart piece.
Lovely, and unfortunately not what ALPHAMARIO wants to see.
True.
Yep.
Yeah, there's gonna be some revelations we are going to have to drop on ALPHAMARIO after this race.
Yeah. To be fair, I think ALPHAMARIO did relatively well. It's just this seed was a little mildly mean.
It
Not
was,
just mildly mean.
yeah, it was.
Where do you get a half scale?
Yeah.
And again, a Pascal to Volvagia, which is really sort of where a lot of the confusion kicks up. And unfortunately, some of ALPHAMARIO's like early routing choices, not having suns whenever he went to Graveyard the first time, not having that bomb bag immediately. Unfortunately, all of those things just kind of compounded, and that was hard to recover from, especially with the seed not necessarily being perfectly linear, but it was still pretty much a chain of go, 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 go.
And it's gonna be GG here in a second. GG.
GG's indeed.
That is a GG's for Majarkin, and looks like...
The good thing is, the good thing is that,
Yeah, Star. It was. Yeah.
yeah. The good thing is that nobody's going home today. Like, nobody is out of the tournament. This is just the first match in a best of 3, so ALPHAMARIO has every chance to still take the win here. But this first race goes in Majarkin's favor. Majarkin is the winner of this first in the series.
Yeah, so that gives Majarkin 1-up on ALPHAMARIO, but that does still mean that ALPHAMARIO could come back next round and force a tiebreaker in the third match. How exciting exciting. And GG's, Lee. That was that.
GG's.
How did and GG's Majarkin, welcome in.
Jeez.
So, how are you two feeling about that?
Well, aside from that scale, everything just seemed to be going into place.
Yeah, at first I thought it was going to be a casino for Boomerang, and then you get you get it on the way and well, and then I'm like, oh great, that scale means after there's nothing in Jabu, well, I have to find the other scale, so casino. But
That's
Okay.
exactly what happened with me, but I just decided to go forest because forest, spirit, and fire, as much of fire, was technically not hovers locked, and just everything else was insane.
I hate to break it to you, but fire hovers locked logically
Yep.
because Volve had a key.
yep.
I saw it.
So I knew that, and I was kicking myself when I found it there. I'm like, if Valve has a key, you should go back in and check how key locked you are, because something could just be sitting there, right? I knew Valve was key locked. That's the only way we could have a hint. I found that hammer and Rudo's in Spirit as Sean. I'm like, okay, it has to be hovers now related, and that's in Shadow, because that's the only thing that can be in Shadow that's locking Shadow. Path to Shadow. So I'm like, okay, it's irons or something in the well, and it was something, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the other scale was in the bombable part in the fire
Fire temple.
temple.
Gotcha.
Yeah, in the big lava room.
If I actually stayed in Fire Temple, I actually would have been able to get in Go mode even faster
Yeah, you found
as well.
the
it
Darkin.
seems.
After Lee got gold gauntlets, they went outside Ganon's castle and got the light arrows relatively not too long afterwards.
All I knew is that Saria's song couldn't have anything because it was hovers locked.
I knew that too, but I was looking for irons when I did the child sorry song stuff. I'm like, maybe I'll get out of logic irons.
Let me guess, none of them were irons.
No, that's in Shadow. Yeah.
Of
Yeah,
course!
just further confirming that it was skill locked.
Yeah. Well, you knew irons had to be behind Shadow, or like behind the Shadow fire, like that nonsense, the whole scale logic, because otherwise it couldn't be path scale.
Yep.
Yeah. But hovers were also vanilla location in Shadow Temple and Dead
Yeah.
Hand, which was funny.
It was either that or map chest, because it couldn't be any further.
Yep.
So I went into Forest, but I only did Courtyard. I was really, really hoping the ice switch wasn't a small key, because then it would be Hovers Lock, and I can go, okay, nothing's in Forest.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I bailed after Courtyard, though, because I'm like, well, I have the upper half of Adult Spirit, which is way faster than other cleanups that are faster, so I left Bayora's in there, and I basically did Spirit, and then I cleaned up basically DMC, the Storms check, and Death Mountain Trail, and then I'm like, well, let's just go back into Fire and see, and then I found it.
Yeah. If the only thing that just seems so cursed was just that scale. That was it.
Yeah.
Everything else seemed like it was right on the way. Like, I felt good getting that first magic in GTG after getting both strengths in Boron City, one of which being on those scrubs.
Well, I also like the logical you had to climb Spirit as Child to get to Jabu. I like that a lot. That's fun.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
It was this seed was the quintessential all dungeons seed, honestly. Sorry, not quintessential all dungeons, quintessential dungeon ER seed. It was all the dungeon entrance randomizer, as Purple already said in chat. You had to go through Spirit as Child to get to the Spirit entrance, which was Jabu. By the way, you also had to get a key in Adult Spirit, obviously.
Yep.
You had to do a forced Child to Dodongo's Cavern. You had to do hard required gold scale entry into Shadow Temple, um, in the Water Temple entrance, and yeah, this was just all the Dungeon ER logic quirks rolled into one seed. It was kind of silly, but that's kind of what you sign up for when you do dungeon entrance rando.
That wasn't the thing that made me angry. It was the scale. That's it.
We were all trying to figure out where the scale was, and once scale was found, it's like, okay, Hover Boots has to be in Shadow Temple, but what if Iron Boots was in one of those first two chests, and then you have to go in, like, into TTT for, like, toilet or something, you know? For your Hover Boots, like, it would have been
I knew toilet
gross.
was a key from key count, so yeah. But yeah, I like that early logic. Like, that was a lot of fun to get storms to basically open everything up, and I did a lot of, like, prep. There was a lot of my routing where I prepped for the next age change stuff, especially, like, if you looked at my adult going into spirit and the prep work I did to basically allow child to just go bottom of the well into Jabu. That was so nice.
Yeah, I did sort of the same thing, and with Dodongo's Cavern as child, once I peeked all the chests, I just decided to save quit, so I didn't have to use my slingshot. Because I find that saves a lot more time, so you don't have to fight the Lizalfos.
Yeah, I just peeked it, and then I bombed the eyes with the choose.
I see. I did that, like, before doing anything else in DC.
Yeah, same. When you go over to to check the hint. But yeah, this was a fun one for sure.
It was
I like this.
If the scale was in, like, if it was Iron Boots instead of scale, I think it would have been far more interesting.
Oh, it would have been a quick seed, yeah.
Yeah.
Sub 230 for sure, easily. Even if you just go to those first two checks in fire, you can get a very quick time here. I wasted a lot of time looking for scale.
Same.
Probably like 45 minutes.
And finding that long shot at least was helpful because I was thinking of doing Adult Lake soon, and then that long shot being on fishing was good.
I saw that and went, darn, now I don't get to show off the hookshot Water Temple entry. for scale entry with only hookshot, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, next time I'll have to make sure I go for something crazier.
Yeah.
Oh, most certainly.
Well,
yeah.
Next time, as the loser of this race, Lee, you get to have first pick in the draft. You get to decide who goes first, who goes second, rather.
All right.
And yeah.
I'll do it in, I think, the next match, which might be, like, Tuesday in the evening.
Oh, boy.
Excitement.
Yeah.
Well, we
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, and I just want to say thank you again to the both of you being so enthusiastic about us immediately getting a restream going. That was a great first match of bracket. So thank you both so much.